right, all you mongrels, it's time for another episode of Give Me Back My Action Movies, the most action-packed podcast on the Action Podcast Network. It's not the Action Podcast Network, it's the Give Me Back My Podcast Network.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't matter. Hey, everyone, welcome to another episode of Give Me Back My Action Movies on the Give Me Back My Podcast Network. I am Dan, that is Charlie.
That is me.
And that is Nate. Nate, how dare you kill my village? Hey, so first and foremost, I was thinking about this while I was in the shower about 10 minutes ago. I was holding different parts of my body in a scrubby puffy at the same time. And I was thinking to myself, maybe we should all have nicknames finally.
Nicknames.
Good luck. You can't create nicknames. People
like,
have to give you nicknames.
Right, so we all have to give each other nicknames. So we have to do handles.
No,
maybe.
Other people have to do that for us.
No. So if I give it to you, I'm another person, right? I'm other people.
I don't know if that's how this
I don't
works.
know if that's how it goes.
I'm also terrified as to what my
Yeah, like what was your ideas?
Well, I just thought about calling Nate Mr. Fancy Pants.
All right, I like that. Go on.
Yeah. I didn't have anything for Charlie.
I'm not calling him Fancy Pants all the time.
Yeah, that's true. You would have to then keep doing that, and I don't like that.
No.
Yeah.
I don't understand shows with nicknames. Just
I was thinking, is there a way that we could dub each other for this entire episode?
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, we're going to start here in a second. All right.
All right, I think we can do this.
Nate, who do you want to do?
I want to be Charlie.
Okay, Charlie, you be me, and I'll be Nate.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right, here we go. Okay, Nate, you have to bring us back. Okay, who's being me again?
Charlie's being Dan.
I'm being you.
Okay, so on 3, and then you come back in like we're starting the show. Ready, Charlie? And go.
And welcome back to Give Me Back My Action Movies with the Diabolical Duo. Now it's actually a trio. Is that what we were doing?
No,
I have no idea
Charlie
what we're doing.
Charlie was supposed to be me coming into the show, like starting the show as me, like how I started, and then I was going to be you, and you were going to be him.
All right, but
instead
I thought we
you
were
ended up being
the
the narrator from Batman.
Yeah.
You know we're not recording video. It doesn't quite translate on.
Yeah,
podcast.
but that could have been a
it totally
podcast
will,
exclusive.
Yeah,
it could have been like we were starting a whole new thing.
Yeah. So we're going to be each other. We're going to do each other's lines, but we're going to do them.
Oh,
We're going to do them as y'all. So you be me, Nate be Charlie, I'll be Nate. Ready and go.
okay. Hold on. I gotta get away from my microphone to do Dan. And welcome back to the Give Me Back My Action Movies podcast. I'm Dan Colley. And with me, as always, is Charlie. Charlie, what's going on? That's you,
Oh,
Nate.
you know, Bubba, not too much, Bubba. How we doing,
This is
buddies?
off the rails already. This is so
I don't
off.
like this. This is not good. I don't like it.
Stop
I'm going
it.
to do a 3-sentence
You don't like
soliloquy
it,
now.
Bubba? That sure is unfortunate, you know.
Charlie, I don't care. From Paris with
Hey,
Love
you know what?
stinks. It
I'll be
stinks and I
back.
don't like it.
I'll be back.
This is my 3-thing synopsis.
Not
we're
today,
doing
asshole.
There's a movie, and there were some bullets, and we watched it. I don't know what to tell you, Dad. I like blood and guts and gooey, ooey gories.
I give this entire bit a 2. So we're done now.
All right.
I don't know if this is staying in the episode.
Oh,
Stay
it
in the
obviously
mind
is.
now.
If it doesn't, I'm out.
Threaten me with something that matters.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
threaten me with something that matters.
See?
Are we not doing it anymore?
Something that I thought we were all doing Charlie now.
That's what. Yeah.
I hate
Give me
both of
back
you
my
right now.
Charlie podcast.
Give me back my Charlie Chase podcast. I
As
don't know what you're talking about. I know I don't have any butt. My pants don't stay up.
As evil overlord. I'm
Saws and
sorry.
drills.
We're done.
Saws and drills.
I'm the
wood.
evil overlord.
We're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. Stop.
You guys should start a podcast with me.
Oh, that is turning into a regret. All right. So
Let's do one about beards. Give me back my beard. The podcast.
that was brought up one day. So again, it doesn't translate.
Well, you can hear my beard. That's how.
That's
just do it that
stubble.
way.
That's not a beard.
No, it's a beard.
Come on, boys. We're doing a movie today.
Oh yeah, we are doing a movie. That's what we gathered up today, wasn't it?
So-
Shit, I forgot about that.
So
I watched this one.
Yeah, you
Good.
did.
I'm 2 for 2.
Nate
Starting
was
out
in
strong.
the doghouse for a while here. After the debacle on From Paris with Love.
We got him so messed up, Nate. Good job.
I'm so
Yeah, I know.
jacked. And then the movie he picked for the horror show was atrocious. And I was really getting scared because we allowed him to pick
Yeah,
this
for some
movie.
reason, I still got to sneak this one in.
I still don't know how he got this one in while Dan and I were trying to figure it out.
I'm
Was it
very
just because
charming.
He's
Can I
the new
ask-
guy?
Can I ask for dibs on the next one then?
Sure, man.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Cool. Gotcha.
That's
Okay.
fine.
All right.
Yeah,
go
that's
ahead.
But-
fine.
After the 2 train wrecks, after our battle on social media that Nate and I have had,
Blood has been spilled.
blood has
inside
been
the network.
spilled.
Yeah, he got shot.
I shot Nate in the head. I watched this movie, and I had seen this movie, but it had been a
Gotta
long
make sure I'm
time
dead,
since
dead,
I'd
bitch.
seen this movie. And I watched it last night, and
Frog on a hot plate.
Nate,
Just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber, you go and do something like this. And totally redeem yourself. Just when I think you couldn't possibly be.
I don't know why it's looping. That's how off the rails this show is tonight.
I like this one. I'm already giving
Uh,
this. I'm giving this episode like an 8.
This
Yeah,
is
it's
already
definitely
an eight.
like.
already.
I think we might finally get it together.
No.
No. All right.
no.
Okay. So as you all can see,
I redeemed
by
myself
the-
though.
I just said y'all. Hey, so as you all can see, this movie, depending on what part of the country or what part of the world rather you're
World.
from, yeah,
Yes.
I know, yeah, I'm an idiot. What part of the world you're from? This movie was Fists of Fury, or The Chinese Connection, or Yanwu Man.
Yeah, it was like Yanwu, Jinwu, something like
Jinwu
that.
Yeah, I'm
Man?
not too sure.
I don't know.
When you Google it, that one comes up with
Mhm.
pictures of the other two, because Googling this to find out where to watch it was hell for the first like 20 minutes for us.
Yes, but we
'Cause I'm-
found it.
Nate's describing it, and I'm like, I think that's Chinese Connection. He goes, I think it's Fist of Fury. And then I Googled it, and it's like Jin Woo. And I was like, wait, is any of these the one where he's a telephone repairman? And it's like, yes.
Yes,
And then we found out that this had different names because of a movie that was in America first called Fist of Fury.
which
no
was actually
S.
Bruce Lee's first big blockbuster called The Big Boss.
The
over
Big
in
Boss.
China.
Which
Yes.
is my box set that I have of the whole Bruce Lee collection. It's the Big Boss and then Fist of Fury.
Fist of Fury.
I'm used to calling it Chinese Connection, and I'm used to calling Big Boss Fist of Fury just because of the American audience. Like,
Right.
it's just kind of like a standard thing, I guess. But now I'm like, I kind of feel comfortable calling it Fist of Fury instead.
Yeah. No. So I grew up watching the Bruce Lee movies a lot, and
Oh,
yes,
same. And
so I'm thinking this is Fist of Fury, Chinese. I know Chinese Connection, but again, I knew Fists of Fury. So I'm trying to find it. I'm like, I don't find nothing. I like look up Chinese. I'm like, oh, okay, I see how it's listed now, or what have you. But yeah,
I was a
so-
little worried one of us was going to watch the wrong movie, and it wasn't going to be me because I knew my shit.
I don't think I don't think
Right.
it would have mattered. I really don't.
No, because like
okay,
Big Boss is
most
much
of-
more story driven.
Yes,
for like the first
yes.
40 minutes, and then it kind of turns into what we know of from Bruce Lee. This one is like the opposite, where it's like non-stop ass beatings.
Here's what's funny. If you, I can't remember if it was on Google or IMDb, but anyway, I was looking them up to make sure we got the right ones and everything else. One of them has the wrong plot synopsis,
I believe that.
and I can't remember if it was Google or IMDb, but one of them is doing the plot synopsis from Big Boss.
Okay. Well, because we're just now talking about this, I'm not 100% sure now if I watched the right movie. But I grabbed a clip. Tell me if you guys saw this same thing.
Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the prettiest?
Show enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Sure enough.
Enough.
Who am I?
Sure enough.
Who am I?
Sure enough.
I can't hear you. Shogun of Harlem.
That's what I watched.
I don't
Yes.
think you watched the right movie then.
No, but still
You
a
got
fantastic.
Yeah, I
film.
mean, I guess you're still happy. I still redeemed everything.
Actually, you're pretty close, really, to some
Yeah.
of Bruce Lee's movies.
Well-
you watched Bruce Leroy.
I
We
watched-
watched
No.
Bruce Lee.
the actually in Last Dragon they reference a lot of Fist of Fury,
Yeah.
especially when his hands do the blur thing at the end of the movie. A lot of the same
The Glow.
the glow, yeah, and a lot of the same like fight move choreography they emulate in Last Dragon. He even dresses up as a pizza delivery boy, like
Yes.
Bruce Lee dressed up as the phone repairman. So
Here's the
the
here's
joke
the
had
big
more
difference.
levels than everyone is giving me.
Here's the big
It's like
difference.
a
though.
lasagna of jokes.
It was like a parfait. It's like a parfait. Here's the big thing though. Fist of Fury and all the other Bruce Lee movies, all the music's like dong, dun, dun, dong, 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 basically
Yeah.
like that, right?
Yeah.
This one was when you got that glow, when you got that glow, and there. But the Last Dragon is basically taking a Bruce Lee movie and breaking and making them get real close together.
That's the best. That's the best description of that I've ever heard. I never thought about putting breaking into that. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's actually a really good.
I like that.
Bravo,
But,
Dan.
yeah.
well, guys, we're
So my
already
brain works.
way off the rails here. So let's go ahead and get the trailer out of the way, and then we'll.
Wait.
What?
Let me do my version of the trailer. Ready?
Sure. Let's see how close Dan was.
Hey, I can't wait.
He's unstoppable, unbeatable, unbelievable. He's Bruce Lee, the master of karate, kung fu, delivering the Chinese connection. Bruce Lee, the Oriental superstar who exploded across the screens of America in the phenomenally successful Fists of Fury, is back to defend the honor of his nation and the love of his woman. Using his furious fists and superhuman strength, he breaks them up, smashes them down, and kicks them apart. Bruce Lee, the karate kung fu king, delivers the death blow of the Chinese connection. He's unstoppable.
I don't know why everything's like trying to repeat, but
Yeah,
oh my
I
god,
know.
Dan about nailed it.
Dan
didn't
nailed
he?
it. I should have just started talking about he
You
is
should have
vengeance.
done
He
your
is the hope. Yeah.
And then it's playing the music.
I just want to know. Okay, wait. Am I on the wrong show? Because for
don't
some
know.
reason, I think I should be talking about Ric Flair. Woo! Bruce Lee went, whoa! Ric Flair went, woo! And rah!
So
Woo!
what you're saying is Ric Flair ripped off Bruce Lee. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, that's
now.
what
I
you're
think
saying.
he ripped off Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
I don't know who the hell Bruce Lee is, but
That
yeah,
was-
he ripped off Bruce
No.
Lee, yes.
That was Brucery. I don't know.
Oh, nah, come on.
Hey, I watched this movie.
Oh, okay. First and foremost, before we get into this movie is racist as shit.
Oh
And
my
even for the
God.
time, to the point
Yeah,
where Bruce Lee decided that he would no longer work with this director, and he's lucky that the writer, and lucky that the writer can still breathe, because Bruce could have just ripped his heart out, ate it, shit it back out, and stuffed it back in his chest before he knew what happened.
Yes.
So I
being said,
actually, to
that
get
being
you into the
said-
mindset of the type of person that Bruce Lee was, I actually have one of his philosophy books that I like always keep by that
Which one?
it's just filled with great thoughts on life. It's called Striking Thoughts. I highly recommend it for anyone.
Yes, I know that one. Yes.
So basically, this one says on the brotherhood of man, if I say that everyone under the sun is a member of a universal family, you may think that I am bluffing and idealistic. But if anyone still believes in racial differences, I think he is too backwards and narrow. Perhaps he still does not understand man's equality and love. I love Bruce Lee
That
so
is
damn much.
profound, and it's funny. I found that there was something else he added to the end of that was, if you don't agree with me,
God, I wish that was actually written in print so I could read how that was spelled.
Yeah, that was the problem. He couldn't punch the typewriter, I guess.
Correct.
Yeah.
no one kept getting stuck. You remember how you had to unjam
The
the typewriter?
kept getting stuck.
Ah!
Exactly. So, how do you guys want to
Yeah.
approach this movie? Because I have a couple of different
So
takes and approaches on this whole situation.
I
Well,
was-
for me, I am
yeah.
a dumb white man who
yes,
watches
yeah,
this as
yeah, we're going to agree with that. Go ahead and clip
a
that
kid.
portion out, Charlie. So we
Yeah.
use that in all of our promos.
isolate
Got
that
it.
audio. I remember this just as a kid of a movie about a guy beating the shit out of a bunch of people.
Not
Same.
wrong.
So
Not wrong.
growing up and now seeing it's like, oh wow, there's racism. There's a lot of
Mhm.
politics like charged in this. It's like, okay, like I definitely didn't catch that even in my teenage years because once again I was an idiot. But like it still
Was.
it doesn't hinder the movie for me because at the end of the day it's a revenge movie.
It is. So I'm going to follow up on Nate on that. No, I don't have a bit drop or anything. I really was thinking about this today on how I wanted to approach this particular movie. I remember that I had seen this early on as a kid, probably Saturday afternoon, martial art mania or something like that, and watch this, and it's all I remember is Bruce Lee kicking ass. And I'm watching this movie completely confused. I understand the fighting, I understand the revenge. I'm trying to figure out what's going on in Shanghai. I'm like, isn't Shanghai in China? But the Japanese seem to be in more control. Thankfully, we have Google. And I did Google this.
Yes.
Oh, I did the same.
Holy shit, boys. I think we need to get this out of the way really fast.
Yeah.
Not fast, but I think we should get this out of the way
But
before
no,
we
like
talk
it
about the
deserves,
movie.
like you can't gloss
Right.
over it because I had the same thought process of like, well, like we can't ignore this.
No, so I kind of want to treat this like Dan and I did with Delta Force, where we talked about the more serious aspect of the movie and the story it was trying to tell. And this movie has it was there was an occupation of China by Japan. This was a colony, community, something. They kept calling it something, and I can't remember off the top of my head. And the Japanese had control over Shanghai. And I'm not going to get into details. This isn't the show for it. But it's based on real things that happened in the past between China and Japan. And they were horrendous.
Very horrific.
Absolutely god awful.
And
Along the lines from the bad guys from World War II kind of stuff.
yeah, because this even goes into the mid 1940s.
Yes.
And this movie came out in 1972. Is that correct?
I believe
71
so.
or 72.
Yeah.
I couldn't
71 or
70s.
72.
It might have been 71 in China or overseas, and then it came to us. So that might be the
So think of it this way: those wounds are still very fresh,
very.
very fresh. And I look at as of like even with us and say a certain event that happened on 9/11, and that being 20 years ago, and those wounds still technically fresh.
Still. I mean, they're
So,
talking about
I
it now
mean-
in the news now.
Yeah.
But what struck me the hardest was in my mind, in the climate we're in now, those roles are now reversed. And again, not going to get super political about what's going on with who or what, but to me, it just feels like this vicious cycle of it's going to be one side versus another, then that side's going to be against them. And if you want to know more, please educate yourself like I did. And I educated myself for about 15 minutes and had to stop because I'm like, I want to talk about the movie as
Yeah.
a martial arts movie.
It's funny that we all did the same thing,
Yeah,
not
but
talking to each other
I'm
about
glad
it.
we did that. I really am. That I didn't understand him breaking this. I didn't understand the sign in the movie. That's kind of like this big moment in the movie,
Yeah.
and that's when I looked it up. But here's the thing I'm gonna say: not knowing everything that happened, I almost can understand why the writer did what he did. He maybe felt more wounded by what had happened before, and this was his jab back at Japan. But Bruce Lee's not about that. He's about like it happened, let's move forward and let's come together. And that's
Yeah.
why he
This is
didn't want to do it
why
anymore.
he was hated by so many, and also because he did not believe in tradition. He is very
Yes.
much a man of moving
He
forward,
was a modern
not
man.
following tradition.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a man truly ahead of his times. And man, like I'm telling you, watching this movie, because I have not seen a Bruce Lee movie in quite a while, just because it's
Oh,
one of those things
same.
you don't think to like put on, I guess.
Yeah.
And like the chills, the just the memories of watching this, watching old Jackie Chan movies. When I told our buddy Cody, I was like, "Hey man, we're gonna do Bruce Lee movie." I was like, "We're doing Chinese Connection," because that's he and I's like favorite Bruce Lee movie, like because of all the badass stuff that he does
Oh,
in
he's
this.
amazing in this movie. I mean,
Yeah,
flat out
and
amazing.
like his like energy. It's one of those things when we're talking about actors um from Asia and like the movies and you get awesome fight scenes but they can't act. Bruce Lee
Yeah.
could act. You
Oh,
could
yeah.
see the emotions when he's punching people. You could see his emotions in his face when he like kills his first man with a straight gut punch. Like there is like you can tell just from the way he's performing there's no going back now.
No, I got that. I think probably the only point in this movie that I felt like it was a little too much was the very opening scene. I didn't remember that
Oh,
when
where
at
he's at the grave and
the
like
grave.
yeah.
It's a very cold open kind of start to the movie. You're not 100% sure what's going on. Bruce Lee loses his mind, and then you get a very quiet Bruce Lee for a while. So
Yeah.
I'll echo that. I have not watched a Bruce Lee movie in many, many, many years, probably since the 90s. Now, two of my favorite movies, and I know I've already referenced one, was Last Dragon. Is very Bruce Lee centric, very Bruce Lee inspired. And the other one is one of my absolute favorite movies to watch. I watch it constantly. Is Dragon the Bruce Lee Story with
Yes.
Jason Scott Lee playing Bruce Lee. Now, there's a lot of that that's been Hollywoodized. It is not a direct, this is what happened, but it's a fantastic movie about Bruce Lee's life.
Now let me ask you this for both of you. For me, Dragon was my introduction to Bruce Lee because that movie came out when I was like 5 or 6.
Yeah, that's that.
So
That
I
came out in the
remember renting
90s.
that because it has a very iconic cover.
It's Bruce Lee
Um,
doing the
the
flying
Dragon Kick.
kick.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
And
the Liu Kang Mortal Kombat
yeah,
for those of you that don't know where that came from, Bruce
it
Lee.
was
That
just
Liu
one of those
Kang
like
is Bruce
seeing that
Lee.
cover as a kid, watching that movie as a kid, and dad just being like, oh, wait till you see his actual movies and being introduced to that. How were you guys introduced to Bruce Lee?
Well, mine, since I touched on it real quick, was it would have been like an afternoon Saturday movie, more than likely at my grandma's because she had cable. And so it would have been one of those like TBS, TNT, possibly even USA channel that just played like one or two back to back for martial arts. And I had seen um, the Chinese Connection, Enter the Dragon, and Game of Death. If I'm not mistaken, I may have seen others, but I think those are the main three I know I've seen and seen multiple times as a kid. I now want to go back and revisit all of them. I want to watch all his movies now.
Thankfully, you only have 5 to revisit, technically.
Yeah, but I also think that I should expand that to say I want to get more into more of the martial arts style movies, like we said, the Jackie Chans, the Shokuzugis, those type of movies. I feel like Machine Guns took over my life heavily because of Arnold and Stallone and the larger than life action movies. That's been my focus most of my life.
Yeah, and like on me, like this is my specialty. Like this is the era that I get. This is the era that I like worshipped as a kid and as a teenager. Like I remember even being like in my late teens and still having a Bruce Lee like poster on my wall, like a flag poster.
Yeah.
And then like even in the early dating scene of my life of mentioning Bruce Lee movies to girls.
You had
Once
you had
again,
to have all the chicks then.
I know, right? You would think. What about
Dan,
you,
what
Dan?
what about you, Dan?
Bruce Lee had anywhere between 24 and 32 films he was in, actually.
But didn't he only have like
Um,
4 or 5 that he actually main headline?
Yeah, so the main big, like 4 or 5, yes, of course.
Because that's the ones I'm aware of.
Big Boss, Chinese Connection, or Fist of Fury. Um,
Way of the Dragon,
Game of Death,
Enter the
Way
Dragon.
of the Dragon, Enter the Dragon. Yes, those are the
But
big
Game
ones.
of Death was released after he died, and it was
Correct.
used pieced together and using
from
like shadow
old
work.
movies. Yeah.
Yeah, there's about 30 minutes of Bruce Lee in that.
Yeah, and it's mainly him going up the tower fighting the shit out
Correct.
of everyone.
Yeah, whenever so
in
if
the
you watch that
iconic
movie,
yellow jumpsuit.
right? So if you watch that movie, pretty much anything where you see him like on the motorcycle with the helmet on and stuff is not him. 90% of the shots from the back are not him. Yeah, so you're right. I was introduced to Bruce Lee by my uncle Rick, who is I don't know, 20 years older than me or what have you. I'd go over to my grandmother's, and it was cool to hang out down in the basement where Uncle Rick's room was.
Mhm.
You know, he had the Atari, and he would listen to Zeppelin, and we'd watch cool movies on cable, and we'd watch the WWF pay-per-views there, and all that kind of stuff. So he was a huge Bruce Lee fan, and he was, you know, like I said, he was older than me, so he was around during Bruce's kind of heyday. So I was introduced to Bruce very early on, and Bruce Lee was always a big deal to me. When I got older, I realized that there was a JKD, a Jeet Kune Do school near where I lived in Ohio. And I had one of my best friends at the time had been going to it for multiple years, he and his brother. So I ended up going to this martial arts school as well for a while. And especially those of you that know me, if you see me, you're like, yeah, you didn't, you know, martial art, you know, you know. But so I was there, and you know, a lot of course, they teach how to punch and kick and all this other stuff, but a lot of the philosophies of Bruce Lee were also taught. And like Nate said, Bruce Lee, say what you will about him, I believe he was the greatest showman of martial arts that ever lived. A lot of people debate, could he fight in mixed martial arts now? Could he do like you know, UFC? Because I mean, Bruce really was, in my opinion, the father of MMA. He combined multiple forms to create JKD, and you know, so and I think that's one of the reasons I did okay at the school was I can't do Salat French kickboxing where I'm kicking people in the head. I'm not built that way. But I could do stick fighting. I could do American boxing. I can do some, you know, jiu-jitsu, some stuff like that. But that's how Bruce was operating. And not only, I would like to think that the martial arts informed his way of thinking and then turned around on itself and informed the martial arts as well. Because there's a real famous quote actually in one of the movies, and I think it's Enter the Dragon, and I get that confused sometimes with an interview, pretty famous interview of his as well. But they ask him like, what's your form? And he goes, I don't have a form. He goes, I'm like water. When you contract, I expand. When I expand, you contract. And so he knew, the best way to take a situation and change it so that he had a primary advantage. He did that with life as well, I think. His father was in some movies. He started as a young boy. He worked his way to where he was. And a lot of that was his belief, like Nate said, in one common man, quote unquote, one common race, the human race. So that's one of the big reasons he had issues with China and the Chinese governments and the Chinese quote unquote secret governments and stuff, is that he came to America and taught Westerners Chinese martial arts. They didn't like that
Big no
at
no.
all.
Yeah, that was
So
no.
so a lot of people theorize and sometimes do conspiracy theories that he was killed by like Chinese triads or what
Well,
have you.
that's the big premise in Dragon the Bruce Lee movie.
Yes, right.
Was they Hollywoodized what
Yes.
happened along with his torment of ancestors
Right.
in his dream
Right.
state.
Yeah,
But,
it's because
yeah.
like when you don't have a definite answer, a conspiracy theory is born
Yeah,
because it
Oh,
gives
yeah, of
us
course.
closure. Like
Yeah.
that's just what it is. And then it doesn't help when Brandon Lee, his son, gets killed accidentally on set
on a set as
because
well,
now
yeah.
that just adds fuel to the
So
fire.
let me ask you guys this. When Dan answered this question in a great way and dug into it a little bit more, but do you think had Bruce Lee still been with us for as long as possible, would he have been more impactful uh, continuing on in life, or do you think where he ended is why he is as impactful as he is now?
It could be. I mean, it's just like anyone else that's young that passes away, like in the 27 club, like that
But
helps make you
that's one
make
of the
more of an
things,
impact.
though.
But
Look
like
where
with
his
him
mind was at,
at that age,
mid
yeah.
20s.
I definitely think he would have continued on to create like a powerful path. I definitely think martial arts probably would have taken a second step, like a step back, only because the man did have a severe back injury because he
He
did
did.
not believe in warming up. It was just straight up go. And when he did that, like, you get older, your knees and back just don't like that. So
I don't know what you're talking
late
about, Nate.
20s, you do something like that, it's a little bit harder to recover from.
Shut
So
up,
I
you young
definitely
pups.
think if he would
You're
have
not that
even
much older than me.
5 more years gotten in life,
Wait,
he
wait, wait,
probably
wait,
would
wait.
have stopped doing crazy martial arts.
Sidebar. How old are you, Charlie?
I'm 42.
I'll be 46 this year. Shush.
That's 4 freaking years.
Dude, hey, it's not the years, it's the mileage.
I live further away, so boom,
Miles.
owned.
It's not
Miles.
it's not the reference.
Anyway, all right.
Okay, so I believe that if Bruce would have continued on, that yes, he would, like Nate said, he would have been hugely more impactful. I believe his philosophy alone would have made a big difference in things. I mean, okay, so 27. Let's see what let's compare what he did in that small handful of years he had. He became a worldwide pop sensation, a pop icon sensation. He changed martial arts as we know it from the future going on. He continued a legacy of martial arts instruction that went Dan Asano, Charles Reed, the person that ran our school, Brandon Lee, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, all these people studied Bruce Lee. And you've got a lot of people out there that are quote unquote the badasses that are like, oh, it was all Hollywood and it was fake and it was this and this and this. I will sit right here and tell both of you, I have been kicked in the side of the head by Dan Asano, a 50 some odd year old Filipino man, or Hawaiian or Filipino, a 50 some odd year old man who kicked me in the side of the head barely registered a contact and did it faster than I could blink because he was taught by Bruce Lee. So for those of you that are, he's just all Hollywood. No, he wasn't.
Yeah,
And
no, not whatsoever. And
I
like,
believe he going forward could have really made a huge impact. I don't want to say worldwide as far as like where we're at now. It could be different, but I mean, the philosophy alone could have made a big difference. But like I said, in 27 years, I mean, okay, so you've got Game of Death, going up a tower and fighting bosses at each level, fighting minions and fighting a boss at each level. Those are video games.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
before video games.
The yellow jumpsuit, that was the yellow jumpsuit, and then the black pants that he always wore. That's what Law, I think, was the character in Street Fighter.
Yeah.
It was based
Or
on
no, not it
Bruce
was
Lee.
Tekken.
Okay, well, there's a Street Fighter character. It's a direct clone.
Every
over
fighting game definitely has a
Bruce
direct
Lee
clone
for
of
sure. I mean,
Bruce
he
Lee.
he does the hands and everything. You know, so you know, and to this day, the 5 big movies, like Nate was mentioning, they are hugely important. I watch Enter the Dragon probably every 3 or 4 months. You know, I watch some of these others every so often just because they're not as readily thrown in my face. Like if I'm, what am I going to watch? Ooh, you know, Enter the Dragon. Bing, there it is.
These movies just never seem to pop up on Netflix. You know, the modern like streaming site that's
Sure.
like constantly like
But
eye
that
candy. Here
that
you
comes
go.
down to
And
who
the-
owns it. Yeah.
Again, though,
Yeah.
but these movies, if you haven't watched them in a while, like Charlie hadn't watched them in a while, and Nate's watched them, you know, relatively sooner. Okay, so obviously they're dated and they're aged, but the storytelling still works.
Well,
The
yeah.
action sequences absolutely still work. And
Most
to me,
of them.
they don't get old.
No,
No, not at all. And like, even to put this in perspective, Bruce Lee died when he was 32. I'm 33.
Right.
Like, just that thought process of how much of an impact that man made in such a short.
what are you doing
time
with your
span.
life, Nate?
I know I'm not fighting Chuck Norris
Be
and
like
having
water,
a
Nate.
cat
Yeah,
meow.
be like water.
Yeah, I need to be
what's
more
wrong
like
with you?
water.
You're
I'm
in
sorry,
Ohio.
guys.
Be like water.
I'm more like
frozen
Dr. Pepper,
and
spicy
miserably.
barbecue sauce, and
It's not frozen today. Today it's just coming from the sky
Just
in buckets
wet.
and buckets of rain.
It's
yeah.
67 here today.
It
Oh,
was,
it was like
63, thank you.
Yeah,
But
it
we
was.
just got a shit ton of rain today.
It hasn't stopped raining since like 8:30 this morning. It's
Since
insane.
Moses. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
seriously.
and I guess before we break, and I think we'll come back from commercial, talk about the movie a little bit more. What I noticed the most watching this movie again was realizing how many movies pay homage to Bruce Lee's
Yeah.
legacy.
Yeah, absolutely.
You had obviously like the Kill Bill series, Kung Fu Hustle. The whole foot stomp thing they do in that movie that's hilarious is the nunchuck scene where he's smacking everyone's ankles in a circle in this movie. And because
That
I
man
hadn't watched,
hates ankles.
got it. I'm telling you, I think I'd rather be cracked in the head than my ankle.
Yeah, I
I'm
couldn't
gonna
decide
say
because
that
when he
now.
started whacking ankles, it was like, oh, now you're just being mean.
Yeah,
See,
I was like,
and-
I'm out. I would walk out of the dojo.
For
Gone.
the younger folks out there that only were familiarized with nunchucks from, say, maybe 80s ninja movies or Ninja
Ninja
Turtles. Exactly. Nunchucks in a lot of those movies are not used the way that they were actually intended to be used. Watch Bruce use them.
And fun
Man,
fact,
can you imagine if Michelangelo got on his shell and just started whacking every foot soldier's
wasn't
like
that a
ankle?
move in one of the video
Yeah,
games?
well, actually, in the movie, they spun him around. He yelled "Wheel of Fortune" and just started hitting people. I think, or
Yeah.
was that Donatello?
I don't think he was
It
going
might have
for
been,
straight
think
ankles though.
Donnie's
Oh,
funny.
I don't remember, but
But
I mean,
there's a
yes, he's just Oof.
Fun fact, though, this movie is the first time he uses nunchucks.
Correct.
in
Yeah,
the
it was the
movie.
first one.
And there's a scene in this where he fights a Japanese warrior who pulls a katana.
Suzuki.
Yes, and he has his nunchucks, and he fights him with those. And later on, he's been quoted as saying, "Yeah, nunchucks versus a katana, not a good idea.
No, works in
yeah.
the movies, not
Yeah,
in
yeah.
real life.
And that
Looks
was
good in
another
the
thing
movie. Don't actually do it."
that he had a problem with the director was the director kind of wanted to do superhuman strength, and
Mhm.
Bruce Lee's
Mhm.
all about realism. So there's a scene where he grabs two fools and starts spinning them, and it's clearly mannequins.
Yeah.
But Bruce is like, yeah, no, that's not like a thing. Or like where he lifts a
I
rickshaw
yelled at the
and
TV
tosses fools.
Yeah.
I yelled at the TV going, when you beat another dude with another dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I love the cut because the angle shot that it is, where it's clearly like the wig is falling off
Yes,
the
off
mannequin.
the mannequin.
Okay.
The best is when he throws the one guy and then they do a cut to where he's landing into the wall and stuff like that. And it's obviously, I'm like, it was such a mannequin. I expected it to jump up and start talking to, what was it, Andrew McCarthy, from back in the day. It was so bad.
You mentioned the mannequin wearing the wig. I kept waiting for whatever was living on that dude's head to jump off and bite
Oh, you
Bruce
mean
Lee
Mullet
on
Man?
the face.
Mullet Man who has the
Man.
hops.
I was like,
You get
I want
Mullet
that
Man?
hair.
You get Russian. You get mustache.
No. Speaking of mustache, did you notice that the one guy, the guy that was the receptionist, I guess, basically at the Japanese school, had the little Hitler stash?
He had the Hitler stash.
Had the big horn rimmed glasses and a little Hitler stash.
And one of the racist things they do in this movie, which felt so weird to me, because when we were taught and shown things from those eras of filmmaking, that when they would depict an Asian person,
Mhm.
they had the buck teeth thing.
Yeah.
Super, super stereotypical and racist. The Chinese people were making the Japanese people wear those in this movie to show them being dumber, to being lower, because
Yeah.
the one Mullet Man sidekick had yellow buck teeth. And I'm like, that is so weird looking.
Yeah.
But they're just trying to make them inferior in the movie. But yeah, that's the levels of, and that's the little things in here that I was like, this is kind of uncomfortable. I don't know why it's uncomfortable, and
It's
caused me to
just
go down a rabbit hole of going,
being
holy shit.
an adult now, just kind of seeing these in a different lens,
Mhm.
because I now guarantee as people like listen to this episode and go, oh, you know what? I haven't watched that in a while either. And they're going to watch it and go, oh.
And I hope they do. I mean, keep these
Yeah.
movies going. Also, I had never seen this uncut, because
Oh.
obviously I had watched it
Oh,
on.
it's violent.
Sure.
Violence didn't bother me. And even when I saw the blood after he cracks the one dude in the dome with the nunchucks,
The
I
real
was like,
thick, pasty
oh,
blood.
the
Yeah.
ketchup, the
Yeah.
ketchup pack.
That he like clearly like smashed the packet on his head.
Yeah.
Dude, the one scene in this movie that I was totally not expecting, and I don't think any of the scene was put in cable, was the naked lady dancing around, taking off her
The
gloves.
gratuitous, yeah, like that was
Yeah.
not needed.
I
but,
had
like, there it was.
I had a total Beastmaster moment going, I don't remember any of this.
Yeah. Unneeded.
Thanks,
Unneeded.
Turner Broadcasting. All right, boys, let's knock out a commercial.
What-a?
What's up?
You mean like that?
Not really, but we'll go with it. So we'll be right back, and we'll start talking more about the movie Fist of Fury.
Hey guys, this is Wolfie D from PG-13. Check out my podcast, Live and in Color with Wolfie D, every Monday at noon. We're talking Memphis, we're talking ECW, WCW, WWF, everywhere that I've been. We even have some great guests, some Hall of Famers on the show with us. Every Monday at noon, Live and in Color with Wolfie D.
Welcome to the Monster Movie Stomp Down, where twice a month we review monster movies from all corners of the planet. Join me, Sludge.
And I went to watch it the other night, and she's like, "Why are you watching this? You can quote this movie line for line." Like, that's very accurate.
My co-host Mark.
Don't ask me to do a stomp down on this because it's zero. Okay, dude.
Ruben, what's your stomp down rate?
And our brother from Texas, Ruben.
It's just, I'm like, wait a minute.
They tricked me into watching this.
Yeah, that's what I felt like. I'm like,
As we give you the history, our review, and the stomp down rating of some of the best and worst monster movies around. Available through the Podbean app, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and Amazon. Make sure and check us out on Facebook and Instagram.
Just how drunk are we gonna get?
Welcome to Good Beer, Bad Movie Night, where each month we drink finely crafted brews while watching terrible films in order to see just how drunk you have to get to enjoy them. So tune in and join Troy,
Killboy Krites.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Thank you.
Dave,
I have the weirdest boner.
and Pete.
IPAs are ales, meaning they are bottom fermented. Excuse me, they are top fermented. I that up. Try that again.
As we drag Kathleen, kicking and screaming through an alcohol-fueled podcast dedicated to movies of questionable quality and the frosty adult beverages that help make them tolerable. Good Beer, Bad Movie Night. Clearly, it's the beer's fault.
All right, Nate, put your cell phone down. Charlie, quit
No.
stroking your beard. We're back.
I had pancakes, so it's covered in syrup.
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 Yes, sir.
Nate, what's your favorite type of pancake?
I like it when it's got strawberries and bananas with it.
Charlie?
I don't like fruit on mine. Honestly, my favorite, and it's weird, is like when Jackie uses a little too much butter and you get that little extra ring around the edge of crispy butter, and then butter on it, and then butter syrup, because we have a syrup that has butter in it. So butter is my answer.
Yeah, Charlie will be dead in 2 weeks from a coronary, everyone.
Yeah,
we're sure as
all
hell
that
gonna miss
butter.
him.
Give me back my butter.
Give me back my Charlie, because he'll be dead. Dead as hell.
There's enough. You can pull a lot of stuff from the episodes already that pretty much nails it. And nothing's less than.
It'll be like, I'm Charlie, and I love Backdraft. You know, it'll be great. It'll be fantastic.
Yeah.
My favorite pancakes, by the way, even though you didn't ask, were free ones.
Well,
All
I
right,
didn't get a chance to. You
let's,
jumped on the butter train.
Well, that's
Yeah.
choo choo. If you looked at the size of my ass, you'd think I rode or invented the butter train. But
Well, let's
That's
fix this train
Butter,
because
butter,
let's start
butter
this
train.
There, God, you guys,
butter train.
what are you guys on today?
Butter train.
Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda.
Water and
Yeah.
sadness.
I've got
Which,
moonshine.
you know what? You'd think that these little drinks probably aren't real. If you drink like 5 or 6 of them, that's not bad.
If it takes you that many, there's something wrong. But Nate, let's you have a 3-sentence synopsis for this movie because we didn't
Hell
do it in
yeah.
the first 45 minutes. Of
I
this
really thought you were
show.
going somewhere else with that. Go ahead, Nate, please.
Nope, hold on, Nate. You ready, brother?
Yes. Returning from the war, a master's mysterious death. Revenge has come to town.
Cool.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean,
Who was returning from what war? Did I miss that?
yeah,
Bruce.
Bruce Lee, like he fought in World War One.
Oh, never picked that up.
Yep.
Like I literally saw him crying over the grave.
That's literally how I felt the entire time, though, when we did our horror movie, House by a Cemetery, where I didn't know what was going on. So I get it.
And I had subtitles on for this. So, and it was dubbed American.
I had subtitles on as well, but the subtitles did not match the audio, which, boy, let me tell you, that can be very confusing.
Hey, I remember in the first half of this episode, we talked about unrealistic things. Can we talk about him picking up the rickshaw, please?
It's awesome.
That was awesome and super unrealistic. Not to mention the little bar that you're supposed to push disappeared when he threw it. So it didn't take him with it.
Yeah, because he can't go with it.
Yeah. Another quick little trivia thing about this movie. Jackie Chan's in it.
He is. Although
Yeah,
you
I don't know where
don't really
he was.
see him.
Yeah.
Well, you see him get kicked out of a window. That's for sure.
Well, like he's in Enter the Dragon, but he's it's like a quick snap of him getting kicked or something like that.
He's a stunt man in this. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's literally a stunt guy.
Yeah.
Were you going anywhere else with that, Dan? Because we feel
No,
like
I
you were
just,
setting
no, I
something
just,
up.
I
You're
just
just
thought
like,
it was,
oh,
I just
okay.
thought it was dumb as shit when he picked up the rickshaw and threw the dude. I just wanted to mention.
Okay.
I will say though, when Bruce Lee makes people eat paper and then tells them next time it will be glass, That's got to be one of the most hard-ass lines ever. Because
I
not
really
only did
believed
he
him.
whip that entire dojo's ass single-handedly, then he went over there and made him eat paper.
But I
Yeah.
was like, he goes, next time you eat. And I was waiting for him to say, my fist. But he says glass. And I was
Yeah,
like,
glass is 10 times more hardcore. You don't want to eat glass, Charlie.
right.
It's
but
bad for you.
are you going to bring more glass for the occasion?
Of course, he's going to kick their ass and he's going to force glass down their throat.
Okay.
Yeah, no, see, what basically, he's going to kick him through a window, and then he's going to make him eat it.
He made Bullet Man eat paper. That's all that matters.
That tracks. No, you're right. And he does literally kick an entire dojo's ass, which also made me. So I love this movie. Please don't get me wrong when I bring up these things that I noticed watching it in my 40s. They all went to the same school, right? And they all had the same teacher. Why is Bruce Lee so much better than everyone else at the same school?
I mean, he's clearly just an excelled student.
And
Like-
he dedicated himself more to it. That's why when Master died, he lost his ever-loving shit.
But he went to war and everyone else stayed at the school with the teacher, yet they kept getting their asses kicked by the guys that Bruce Lee literally destroyed 20 of.
Because
at
Bruce
once.
is Bruce is exceptional. He was their best fighter. He was their champion.
And I really had a hard time believing the leader of the dojo was as nimble as he was.
The big
Talking
dude.
about mustache?
Yeah, big glasses, magnifying glass man.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the guy
Yeah.
that looked like somebody's uncle that worked at a deli?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he ends
Yeah,
up
he was a turd.
Yeah, I liked how he died though in the movie.
Actually, if
That
you
was
think
awesome.
about it, all the guys on the Japanese side, except the big boss guy at the end, were all pretty much turd looking.
I think this big boss dude was kind of turd looking. That was
Well-
the weirdest face. I thought when he
Yeah.
first showed up that his mustache followed his cheekbone and reconnected to his
I
hair.
did too.
Yeah.
But that was his cheekbone.
Yeah, he was a
Okay,
weird
so it
looking dude.
wasn't just me.
No, he's a weird looking dude. You know what? The Russian should have been the big final boss.
I think
I
because
mean,
that was the better
yes.
fight.
It was definitely like hyped up more because they were showing what the Russian was capable of doing, which does bring me to ask, guys.
Go ahead.
There's a scene where he is like nailing or taking nails through a board with his
Mhm.
bare hands.
He was
I
holding
saw
him and
that,
punching
yes.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we like do a live stream where all three of us try to do the same thing?
Nope.
Yeah, no problem. We
Yeah,
can
I
do
feel
that,
like,
yeah.
we
Yeah.
all just go get some boards, go get some nails, and,
Sure,
we
yeah.
try it. And then we go and get some really thick metal bars and we try to bend them.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, no
I
problem.
feel like it would be very
Can my
entertaining.
metal bar kind of flop a little bit right before I bend it?
No,
Mm,
gotta
nope,
be,
nope,
gotta be,
nope.
gotta be as hard as wedding night, man.
The Russians flopped before he bent it.
Well, it's because he didn't take the blue pill.
Okay. That,
Oh, that makes sense. That
Dan's
checks
trying
out.
to make this show something that it's not going to be. Stop it.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Talking about
no.
action.
Yep, talking about action. Okay, you want to talk about that? That girl has no desire to kiss Bruce Lee in this movie.
The one
It-
that he was trying to marry.
The one he tried to marry, like even in the trailer, and he goes, romance and passion. They use the cut where the kiss is she doesn't move. Her lips don't move. She's stone faced. Bruce Lee mushes his lips against hers. She doesn't move.
I wonder if that's like something to do with back in the day or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I was thinking that too. Like that's very like traditionally speaking, back in that era, it was and could be very well be a common misnomer. I don't know, but it was always portrayed that women of Asian descent were very demure, very subservient,
I get that.
and would kind of do whatever the guy would tell them. So maybe she wasn't going to be like, "Oh, Bruce." Maybe her
wasn't
job was
the,
just stand there
like,
and go, and that was it. That's
American-
all
No.
she did.
No. She didn't do that.
Well, she sucked as an actress, and
It
that's why
was-
we're going to recast her in Fist of Fury 2. More Fury.
Well,
gotta bring
they
that
did
up in a little
remake
bit.
the
They did
movie
that,
called
yeah.
Fist of Legend
I
with Jet
know.
Li. It's phenomenal as well.
But that okay, since you
Jet
you
Li,
guys-
look, Jet Li is the only other martial artist I would consider Bruce Lee level. And I don't mean like Lethal Weapon Jet Li or even the one Jet Li, which is good. I mean stuff like the older traditional Chinese cinema Jet Li stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
okay, as far as like movies and what he was
the one where
doing,
he was the Monkey King.
Was it the Forbidden Kingdom?
Forbidden Kingdom. Thank you. Yep. My
with
brain wasn't
Jackie
working
Chan as well.
Yeah, hard seltzer here.
Is that what's causing all this tonight? Is that what's causing the issues I'm having with you?
No, I think it's because I just had
You're
mac
grounded,
and cheese
Dan.
For,
You're
mac
a really
and cheese for
bad
dinner.
Dan.
I had literal pancakes and butter. I am on a sugar high, and I am
had
nowhere
mac and-
near as hyper as the two of you
I
right
had
now.
PB&J and Cheetos.
Ooh, you win.
I guess, yeah. I did have PB&J for lunch. I'll throw that out there.
I had Red Robin. Yum.
I haven't had that in years.
I hadn't either, but the burger
You
I had
are
was
welcome
quite
for the
delicious.
free plug, Red Robin.
Yeah, Red Robin, go ahead and send your check to me.
Yeah, go ahead and make that a double.
Sure, send it to them. I don't have Red Robin down here.
You barely have sunshine.
I had it today, 67.
I'm shipping once a day.
Yep. So, things we loved about this movie. Let's do that. Nate, I'm going to save you for last. Dan, what'd you love about this movie?
I loved, of course, the fight sequences that Bruce choreographed himself. Everything except, like I said, this spinning two guys roulette thing that he did there.
I was so happy that was in there, though. I don't think I
love
ever
that
want it
so
removed.
much. Even if Bruce hated it, I love it.
And he did. I enjoyed the nunchuck sequence because to me that's classic traditional Bruce Lee. I liked the story, and again, like you said, not getting into any of the geopolitical.
There's another story besides that story.
But so that story I liked as well, just because of knowing a little bit of the history of it and knowing how Bruce felt and thought. But it's a classic revenge story.
Yeah,
it is a classic. And people make fun of all the time. You killed my master, prepare to die, type of thing. It was very classic. That, and I liked that. It showed a difference between Chinese martial arts and Japanese martial arts. If you watch some of the fight sequences between Bruce and especially, like you said, the glasses guy with the katana and stuff like that, and even some of the underlings, the styles are very different.
It was Bushido that they do there.
They do more of a Bushido, Aikido type of thing, yeah.
Well, there was one dude doing patty cakes with everyone.
Well,
I saw that too. I was really
I don't know
like,
what form that was supposed to be.
And he was smiling. Like, is the camera on me? I was like,
it was patty cake foo.
Again, this is where movies shouldn't be in HD sometimes because there's guys doing weird shit in the background.
That you now get to see.
Yeah. But where Bruce's stuff was a lot more kung fu and Wang Chung and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So I really like those aspects of the movie. And of course, anything Bruce does, he does 110% at 110 miles an hour. So those are the reasons I really enjoyed this movie. Is it my favorite Bruce Lee movie? For me, nostalgia feelings in my chest and heart. No, I'm still a huge, fan of Enter the Dragon. I know it's a lot more cheesy. I know it's a lot more of a, action movie kind of.
It's tropey. It's
very
tropey.
much so. Very, very much so.
Yeah.
But that's the one that was kind of first introduced to me. That's the one that I see a lot more readily available, so I watch it.
That's the one that when you ask anyone that should know who Bruce Lee is, Enter the Dragon is like usually
that
the
is
first
because
movie
it's
they
the
talk
first
about.
Americanized release for him.
Correct. Yeah, these other ones
the first
were
Hollywood studio produced.
Yeah, that was supposed to be his launch into superstardom. These other two, like Big Boss and Chinese Connection and stuff, they were made there and then shipped over type of thing.
Yeah, and it's the same thing
Yeah.
even today with modern martial arts stars. Like Iko Uwais from The Raid. The Raid 2,
Yes, I was going to think The Raid. Yep, I was thinking The Raid.
like it's only going to be a matter of time before he starts popping up in American films. Tony Jaa with Ong Bak, The Protector.
And he already jumped into American cinema.
Furious 7. Like like now
Is
he's
he
starting
really?
to show up in more. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, he showed up in that. He's now in several American. There's the one on Netflix we watch that had everyone in it, and I can't think of the name of it.
Woo Assassins, is that the one you're thinking
No,
of?
the one that had Michael Jai White, Scott Adkins,
Triple Threat.
Triple Threat. That's it. I picked up a DVD at the dollar store called Skin Trade with Dolph Lundgren.
That one's
and
a really
Tony.
sad movie.
Yeah. So, yeah, when they make these transitions over, they're bringing a lot of what they had from overseas into it.
Sure.
Here, perfect example of recent. Joe Taslim playing Sub-Zero in the latest Mortal Kombat
Yes.
movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I
mean, that was a big leap right there, and it helped bridge the countries. Like when we release things in America and we release things overseas, you're going to have fans over there that's going to watch it because of him. Then you have fans over here that are watching it because we love Mortal Kombat, and now we're introduced to an actor of that caliber. Yeah. So
yeah, and like Bruce Lee, I mean, I think there's been a few major jumps in martial arts cinema. The old Wu-Tang things, if you have access to seeing those, like Flying Guillotine and what was it, the seven deadly strikes of the Venom.
One of the ones I used to have was Duel to the Death, which was fantastic.
Right. So if you get to see any of the old Wu-Tang films, which yes is where
for feet,
that's where the Wu-Tang Clan got their name from.
And they ain't nothing to mess with. I've heard.
No, but these videos are. So if you get those, that's one set of things. Bruce was another stepping stone into martial arts cinema.
Yeah.
Things like Crouching Tiger, another stepping stone in martial arts cinema.
The wire fighting,
wire
stuff
fighting,
like
wire
yeah, because
stuff like that. So
we didn't have Crouching Tiger, we would have not gotten Hero here in the States.
There's a bunch of stuff like that. Yeah, like Forbidden Kingdom, even we probably wouldn't have gotten things like that.
Iron Monkey getting that re-release.
Yes, absolutely.
Even though that movie came out in 92 or something like that. But I remember when that got its full-on like DVD re-release, and they were treating it like that was a brand new movie.
Yeah.
And it nobody watched it when it came out.
Yeah, well, yeah. So that's another thing about Bruce and just in general, that he was able to elevate an entire genre of film.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
Well, I'm
done.
no, you're
Go ahead. Look, man, I love Bruce Lee. I'm very passionate about Bruce Lee, his life, his legacy in the films.
Well, I know it's a movie podcast, but we'll talk about Bruce Lee mostly in this. That's fine. Just remember, though, we are probably going to do another Bruce Lee movie, so we need to leave some meat on the bone. For those other episodes.
It's okay.
Yeah, we'll still be able to
That's
gush.
Fine. Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to go through
great haircut, good six-pack.
Stuff I loved about this movie, revisiting it since a very long time ago, was, I mean, obviously the fighting. You don't watch this movie if you're not watching it for the fighting. Like Jackie's kind of laughing at the dialogue and the Bruce Lee yell, which if you're not used to that, it is kind of like, wow, what's happening here?
Can you play that again for me?
Actually, what I have is the fight in the dojo with the Bushido teacher.
Okay.
Even so much that is what Liu Kang yells when he does the bicycle kick.
He does the bicycle. Watching this again, I'm laying here, I'm watching it going, and I'm a 45-year-old, way overweight, fat dude, and I'm like...
You want to jump up and start doing it.
I wanted to go back to martial arts classes.
It makes you be like that little kid again.
I absolutely did.
This is one of those, probably watching this, young Charlie didn't strip down to his underwear because that was Beastmaster, but my shirt would have come off, and I'd have been...
This movie is where I went out back and got two sticks and tied them together with a piece of clothesline and smacked myself in the head.
Oh, we did that constantly. Yeah. I had welts. You didn't have to whoop me. I whooped myself.
Hopefully, we got to go to the flea market. I could buy a set of nunchucks with the pad on them, so I don't.
The little thin foam that always fell
Yeah.
apart.
And you still whack yourself in the head 10, 15
And
times.
then they had
the sack. You hit
You'll
yourself
have
in the
like a
head.
dragon imprinted on it or something.
Oh, yeah, in gold or something. Yeah.
Or if
Yep.
there was no adult supervision, you could get the stingers, the ones that stung you when you got hit. You guys never had those?
I don't remember those,
I
no.
I started with the foam ones, then I had the wooden kind of octagon ones. Those suck.
Yeah,
when you got hit
those
in the head
had
with
those had
those.
edges.
I
But
remember when
Sucked.
we
There
got
was-
ninja stars and we're throwing them at each other, but we had a boogie board to protect us.
Yeah.
And looking
Okay.
back on that,
Who were you
not
throwing them
smart.
at?
It was
it you
Cody and I
Cody?
throwing
Who
them.
do you
Cody,
think
yeah.
he was throwing them at?
Well,
We
I
know
thought maybe his
exactly who it
brother, but
was.
I figured
No.
Cody.
No,
I
it was
figured
Cody. Cody had them. Cody brought them over.
Because
and
like
it
the
was-
idea was you take the boogie board and swing it like a baseball bat. And as I'm saying this sounds more and more dumb. And hoping that a person who's never thrown a Chinese ninja star before would hit the boogie board and not
it's
the,
like a frisbee,
human.
right? You know, it's
I
totally.
mean, yeah.
Sort of. Well, first of all, ninjas aren't Chinese, but we
They had shurikens.
I can one up you real quick. When I was a kid back in Kentucky, we had a bunch of woods in the back in a valley and stuff.
I had
Our
that, so I win.
Well, you had that. You were on top of a mountain, but we had our street would fight the street behind us, and we would shoot. We had these little crossbows you could buy at the store, and they're about yay big, and you're supposed to shoot like rubber darts, and they'd stick to the thing. But
Yeah.
we would load bottle rockets in them and light them and shoot them at each other, and of course BB guns. You know,
So I had trade school. I've told
You're
you
dumb as
guys
shit.
this, and we had building trades, and we had to bend conduit.
oh, I've heard this
And
story. I know
Dan knows the story. Nate probably hasn't heard this one. And if you put a yellow wire nut in half-inch conduit
God, I got hit with those a few times.
and blow really hard, it's a blowgun.
It hurts
And
so bad, Nate.
It can hurt. So we started a battle in class. And in this particular buildings trade class, we had framed walls so you could learn how to run electric, run things through studs. And the walls always stayed up. They were part of the classroom. So me and my buddy Tiny, who is not tiny, were hiding back there. And none of us knew this, but there was a giant industrial air compressor back there behind a piece of plywood where we were hiding, hooked up to a hose with the blowgun attachment on the end of it. And there was air
No.
in the conduit.
Yeah.
So I grabbed an S-shaped piece of conduit so I could stay behind the plywood, loaded a yellow wire nut in, stuck the hose in the end with the little blowgun trigger, and whoop, and you heard the loudest kapow! The yellow wire nut exploded, and everyone on the other side dropped their shit and left. We quit. We're out, and walked out of the classroom.
I've been hit with the blowgun version. I don't want to deal with the
Yeah, it'll leave a
compressor
welt.
version. Oh, it'll
I
hurt.
did.
Oh,
I
I
did
can only
120 psi coming out of that
You
sucker.
can, Nate, you can also use plumber's putty if you put that in the conduit and shoot it through.
Mhm.
That
Oh,
hurts
really?
too. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that sounds
hurts too.
lovely.
That
to
was
be
Rob's
inside.
favorite with PVC pipe.
Yeah.
He would carry one around all the time.
Ugh.
Anyway, we come off that. That's more
well, what are you
stories
gonna
from back in the day. Nate, go ahead and tell us your favorite stuff.
I mean, it's just all the fights. It's just nothing but
It
it's
really
the
is.
classic one man surrounded by villains and then goes to town, beats the hell out of every single one.
I'm sorry, I just remembered. Remember when he was eating the rabbit or whatever the hell it was on the stick out?
Was
by the
that what
fire?
that was?
Full on rabbit. Yeah, I was trying to figure out what it was too.
I
had
thought it
no
was a
idea.
cat.
Well, I don't know, man. It was some type of small four-legged creature that was
And-
barbecued to hell and back.
And he's eating it, and his girlfriend / fiance is standing in the light, walks up to him without saying a word, and he stays in fighting stance for like 20 seconds till she walks up closer to him and goes, "Oh, it's her." I'm like, you couldn't tell?
He was ready to
That
whip
was
that ass, man.
Obviously her. That dude was jacked up on jackrabbit that he was eating over the fire.
Because he's in pure primal survival mode.
Is that what happens in the war? I don't know. I wasn't in a war. I guess.
Well, it was because he had to go into hiding.
Oh,
But
geez.
thank you for reminding. I totally forgot about the fried animal he's eating over the fire pit.
Oh yeah, he roasted that son of a bitch.
Groundhog. I don't even know what's in Shanghai. What's
don't
native
know.
to Shanghai?
I know there's rabbits are native to China, so I assumed it was a rabbit.
Okay.
Could have been a big ass squirrel or chipmunk. I don't know.
It could have been anything.
All taste good.
Sure, if you're hungry enough. I guess.
You know, I haven't had chipmunks, so I can't take that one back. But squirrel and rabbit's good.
I have had chipmunk. It is actually pretty good.
We've had.
I can imagine
squirrel
so.
and rabbit, yeah.
I just don't want to kill them.
I didn't. Someone else did it. Made chili. Another story time with Charlie. Working at Becker's in Ohio, I had a friend named Lloyd. Lloyd loved to hunt. Lloyd ate everything he hunted. So we always got like deer jerky. He brought bear jerky in one day.
Oh, nice.
And so we had potluck lunch where everybody brought something in. Lloyd walks in with a crock pot of chili and sets it in there and plugs it in. I went, man, it looks good. He looks at me and smiles. I'm like, oh shit, I know Lloyd. So I get a bowl of it and I'm sitting there eating it, and the girls from the office come in. They're like, oh, this smells great. Oh, I love chili. Huge spoonfuls of it ladled into their bowl, sitting down there with bread. They're like halfway through. Lloyd comes in and he goes, hey, did you guys like the chili? They're like, yeah, it was great. Did you make that? Yeah. Freshest squirrel I've ever put into it. I've never seen two women turn green so fast and run to the bathroom screaming. They ate a small animal that was cute and cuddly, and Lloyd is laughing his ass off. And I'm still sitting there eating mine going, it's damn good, man.
Yeah,
I knew what I was getting into.
The first time I ate a squirrel, it's because I was out with a BB rifle and I shot a squirrel, and my dad goes, you killed it? I said, yeah. He goes, then you skin it and you eat it.
Good
And
lesson.
I did.
Yeah,
And
good lesson.
That way it doesn't go to waste.
Yeah, and I did. And squirrel's not bad. There's not a lot of meat
It's
on the
gamey.
bone.
It's
Yeah,
gamey.
you
That's all there is to it. Yeah.
Yeah. You know you're eating a wild animal.
You need seasoning. Honestly, chili's the best way to do it because you
makes
can
sense.
add so much more.
I
It's
hate
just
groundhog. Groundhog's too greasy, stringy.
I haven't had groundhog. Goose.
I have
is the
another
worst.
story for that,
Too
but I'll
leather.
save it for another episode.
Dad loved groundhog. Always making here's groundhog, son. Oh, great, Dad. I'll eat PB&J.
Yep. Okay. All right. So we've talked about our favorite.
Are we talking about Fist of Fury still?
We were talking about a movie. I don't know what's happened this episode,
We started talking
guys.
about that. I didn't get to finish what I love.
And again, we're only barely an hour into the episode.
Nate, what do you love?
Keep going, Nate. Come on,
there's
brother.
also a giant dojo brawl that happens, and
Which
they go
one?
after, well, the one where they go after the teacher's like portrait, and the
Okay,
one
so
dude like
they go to the
protects-
school.
Yeah,
Yes.
when they go to the school, it's a big school brawl,
The
and the one dude
the
grabs
Japanese
it,
group goes to the Chinese group school.
and he like
Yes,
puts
okay.
his body over the portrait to protect it, and they just start kicking the shit out of him. But like
the shit kicked out.
it really drives home how important teacher was and how swell of a human being this man must have been.
I think
Yeah,
he dies
'cause-
from the kickings, doesn't he? Even
No,
The
he
stompings and
he
stuff?
doesn't
No.
die till the end.
Yeah.
That guy dies at the end, but he kind of slumps back over, but they prop him up because he's still holding the picture when
right.
they're telling Bruce Lee he has to leave the school.
That's right, because later on they re-invade to kill them all, and he
So,
dies.
yeah.
All I want to say, while I enjoyed every bit of that, that is probably the most ridiculous looking fight when they all move into the interior part of the school and you obviously see the film speed up and it's just silly fighting.
It's a
The
very
girls
strange way
are
that it's filmed.
Silly fighting.
Oh, are you telling me you don't like the way it was shot, Nate? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I'm just
Nate,
saying.
Oh, you
for
start
back
action
then,
again?
It's really weird.
Hey, Nate, this was shot really weird. Do you have a problem with me saying that, Nate?
No, I'm a very
I have-
kind human being who doesn't get upset when people have judgments.
Apparently not, especially when he doesn't think I'll see his Instagram story get posted. But that's fine. But no, and it's like somebody, or I know Bruce bites the ankle, but I'm pretty sure there was another scene where someone
there's some ankle
bit
bites.
Yeah,
Some
there's some
biting in
ankle
these
bites.
movies.
No
Oh,
one
yeah.
likes ankles in this movie. Is
that
basically
ankles are
bottom
the
line.
enemy. There was no racial tension. It was ankle hate.
It should,
Ankles.
it should have been
Or
called
the
Assault of
tension.
the Ankles or something. Yeah.
Achilles.
You're right, though, Charlie. When the whole group comes busting through the doors, it almost looked like the intro to like Drew Carey, where they all come busting in. They're like, Cleveland rocks, Cleveland rocks.
It was
Yeah.
that or the pie fight in Blazing Saddles, when they do the sped up film part of all that. That's
mhm.
what this felt like. And that's where I had my question. Were they all in the same school? Because all these people are crappy fighters. Period. Especially in the final battle.
Well, okay, so it's a lot like the fighters from Big Trouble in Little China, or I'm not Big Trouble in Little China. Yeah, Big Trouble in Little China. A lot of them sucked real bad, and then you had like the 5 or 6 that were pretty good.
Yeah, but then
Different
kinda how
levels.
this
That's
was.
all it is. It's always going to be different levels.
Yeah, you had like 20 guys that really sucked ass. The old dude showed up. And he was like, whoosh, pimp slap.
See,
whoosh,
I hate
pimp slap.
saying
And he was
that the
knocking
whole
dudes
school
around.
sucks, because if you say the whole school sucks, then that means when Bruce Lee went and kicked everyone's ass, it's like, oh well, it really wasn't that impressive.
Well, no,
'cause they were all
no. I meant the Chinese
anyway.
school. They all kind of sucked. Now the Japanese school, they were all pretty decent, and they all just kept jumping at Bruce. I mean, it doesn't matter if you have 25 guys that suck and you kick all their asses at once. That's still pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's still 25 people. Okay, you
what's
got me
more
there.
impressive if you kick 25 sucky guys' asses or 2 good guys' asses?
Well, he does both in this movie.
He does.
He does indeed. He kicks all the asses, and then he hangs these dog asses up on a telephone pole.
Yeah, I didn't remember that part either. I'm sure it was in the movie because it's plot driven, but I was like, I forgot that there were these guys in disguise
on public display.
Yeah, and then he hangs, and when they're talking, I'm like, oh shit, they hung dudes from a lamppost. Well, it was under their arms. I was fully expecting like neck stretched, head tilted. And that one police dude going up the ladder is the strongest dude in the movie. Because he is easily carrying those dead weight bodies
can we talk
down
about
that rickety ladder.
Can we talk about the police guys that were walking around in traditional Chinese like long robes and
But
then the
where
fedoras
fedoras?
like Dick Tracy?
Yeah.
It was awesome.
What
Love
was
those
it?
guys. I'm gonna be
And
those
that
guys.
was straight up. I'm like,
Called
there's
fashion.
an homage back to crap. What's the name of it? Kung Fu Hustle, with the guys that played the stringed instrument and they had the hats, but they
Ooh,
wore
yeah,
the
good point.
traditional out. Dude, there were so many homages paid that I'm watching this movie going, I know this fight, but I know it from this movie, or I know that move, I know it from this movie. That's how influential this movie is and was, for future cinema. But yeah, no, those guys were. I was laughing at those guys,
were so
and those
good.
other guys just kept following the one dude.
Yeah, they didn't
He's
say
like,
shit. They
yeah, he's
just-
like, okay, let's go. Da, 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 da.
I love, like I said, I love those scenes, and I love whenever Bruce would whip that ass, and he's like, "Why you come out there?" And he'd, bah, 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 and he'd hit the dude in the stomach like 22 times and just kill him.
Oh, that was a good one. I did
was
like
good.
that.
That was good. Yeah, I like that. Why didn't someone grab Did someone grab a cleaver and start working? Trying to work Bruce on that.
That was the other
That was the other dude, right? The
undercover guy that was hiding.
Right
After he
But it's
one
just the
punched the
way
one dude.
that he was just like, yeah, I killed your teacher, like instantly, and like the way his buddy looked at him, like, dude, you ratted us out.
Shut up, Steve.
Okay,
you're saying too much, bro.
Did his nipples give him away?
Yes, I know.
It did.
I thought I didn't know there was a difference between Chinese and Japanese nipples, but I guess there is.
Okay, so I was not crazy when I went. Dude, were we supposed to look at the nipples? Because then he covers the nipples. And I was like, I feel really weird when I got to get on the show and ask about this dude's nipples because we don't see the girl's
It's the
nipples.
only way that we could figure it out.
I was like, are their faces painted? Because the Japanese guys called the Chinese guys yellow. That's why they called them sick men. And I was like, I thought that was like an all-encompassing racial slur. I know we're treading very, very close on ice
Say we're
here.
being very, but we're also just
We're trying.
we're not sure.
We're unsure because
Please educate us.
I thought maybe they had made their faces up type. Like the guy was washing his face at the time, but then they focus on his nipples, and I was like, I think the nipples gave him away. I don't know.
All right. I looked it up real quick.
Dan looked up Asian nipples.
I did.
What came up on that search
Well,
result?
okay, so on karateforums.com, someone was like, dude, what was up with dude's nipples? And dude on this goes, it was not his nipple, even though I thought the same thing at first.
Okay.
It was actually going to the white Band-Aid around the Japanese man's stomach. Normally, Japanese people would have something like that on. And that's, I guess, why, like, part of their tradition was they'd wear some type of
girdle.
Yeah, kind of like almost like an underwear, kind of like, like sumo.
Okay,
How they
yeah.
have the big band, like I think it's called a washashi or something like that, and they would have like that thing. I guess it was supposed to be that was the big reveal, was he was wearing one of those.
It didn't come across as that.
Oh,
It came
yeah.
across
No,
as
it came across as
nipples.
like, oh, that's a Japanese nipple. I know my Asian nipples, damn it.
Because honestly, I'm looking and going, not that much different than my nipples. Am I? I don't know. We'll find out. I'll ask
I
and
don't
see
know,
what
man. You got
happens.
some decent nipples.
I know. I do.
His nipples were a little. They didn't look very good. Your nipples are symmetrical.
Thank you. I pride
Yeah.
myself.
No problem, man. Nate, how's
This
your
is-
nipples doing?
Very hairy.
All three of them.
You
Yeah.
got 3 nipples? Are you come on, can you see the
I'm
future?
a fortune teller.
Thanks, Nate, for going there with me on that one. I like
Thanks, Kevin
You
Smith.
will have a podcast released in 2-3 weeks.
You will have a podcast release that will be really bad and no one will listen to it. Oh.
We're gonna get the first initial people that are subscribed, and then the word's gonna get out, and then 0. That's what's gonna happen. That's
Yeah, that
Milwa-
uptick's gonna go down.
Yeah, it's called a Mawashi, the sumo.
okay. A Milwaukee. All right, we got
No,
it.
no. That's Milwaukee, which is Algonquin for
The
good
land.
land.
Yep, we got that. Thank you for going there with me, Dan. Now we all know where we're going here. We lost Nate. Nate's
Yeah,
on the floor.
I can't do Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. All right, guys. Do you want to talk about the final fight? Go ahead, Nate. Nate's like excited all of a sudden.
Oh, Nate figured out. He remembered something.
Nipple.
Double nut punch.
The
The double nut punch.
Yes.
The Johnny Cage special.
Yeah.
It was
Oh
like,
man.
I even was
How
like,
did that guy get up?
It makes sense. There's 2 nuts. There's 2 fists. Pow, get them both.
that's what I told Jackie. I was like, look, he got number 1 and then a number 2. And he
Wah, wah, right into him. 2 pieces of
and
biscuit.
he just grazed the willy with the second one.
Yeah, and then we also get katana versus fist, where then he knocks that katana in the air,
I
grabs
love
that
that.
dude, pulls him down,
Right
and
in
it
his
then
back, yeah.
impales him.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, I was
Awesome.
expecting him to knee the dude in the face until
That's what
I
I thought.
remembered the sword was in the air.
Defying gravity.
That the other thing I learned from this is I want to live in a house with paper walls, just so when I get mad I can kick someone through it and then just redo it real quick.
Yeah, just a real
Exactly it.
quick patch up work.
Every time Bruce Lee opened the door trying to find the main bad guy villain at the end, it's like, ah, no, he's not here. Ah, oh wait, he's
Yeah.
not here. I was
It was like that episode of Family Guy where he's like, "Where am I, Lois?
Yeah, where?
I was in the Kwanzaa hut the whole time."
He goes into one, he's like, "Scram, I'm looking for your boss," and like
The
none of them
scram
scram.
scene.
And then he just starts beating all their ass.
When
He's
he
like, "I
shows up
told
to
you
fix the
scram."
phones, he shows up to fix phones. He literally looks at him. He lifts the phone up, grabs a little screwdriver out of his pocket, and just sticks at the bottom and just turns his hand
He
around, looking
just
at
twists-
people like,
and smiling.
"Okay, they're good now."
Yeah, he's smiling.
What do you mean they're
so
good now?
much.
We just saw you snip the wire out on the pole 5 minutes later. The screwdriver didn't fix it, you dipshit.
I was watching because that's the biggest thing I remember from this movie is the telephone repairman bit. And I forgot he disguised himself as the newspaper guy in this too, which was
Oh, that was
hilarious.
good. Yeah, that was good.
But
was a
then he
master of
goes
disguise.
in the big boss's room to fix his phone, and he's like, flip it. And they're talking business until they go, oh shit, maybe we shouldn't keep talking about killing the other school while the telephone repairman's in here. So
And
it
he just
gets like
smiles and nods. and,
awkwardly
like-
quiet, and everyone's like staring at him, and he's still smiling, spinning a screwdriver to nothing, flips the phone over and picks up the handle and clicks the top. Click, 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 all good, and hangs it back up.
Yeah,
Okie
and
dokie,
leave.
we done.
And everyone was like, and they didn't even check them. It was, oh, okay, great. I'll
No
tell you
one
right
checked
now,
his
folks.
work.
I am a full-time professional apartment maintenance guy. Charlie is a full-time professional carpenter, contractor, and builder. when we build and or fix something, they come over and grab that sumbitch and check it out right away.
Oh, they're listening on the receiver while you're fixing the phone.
I can't tell you how many faucets I
man.
fixed, and they turn it on before I'm like, can I move my hands out from under the water, please? Every
love
time.
those people. Every time, man.
Every time. So, Fist
But
of
it
Fury,
breaks. It breaks when I do this. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not supposed
Yeah.
to do that.
So-
Stop it.
Why does my toilet always clog up when I put a ham in it? Well, don't put a ham in it.
Don't put your ham there.
Well, the ham exit my body.
Yeah, exactly. My foot's going to exit your body when I kick you in the face. Hey, so the box office on this, by the way, was $100,000 estimated. Most of that went to the sets, the traditional Japanese garden and building sets. To be
It's
honest,
awesome sets.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
give it
it
that.
all looks great.
and this movie's only like an hour and 40 minutes or so.
To Jackie, it felt like eternity last night.
It's
I
one of
can
those
see that.
older movies that do like they just feel longer because it is like an hour and 46 minutes.
Yeah, and it was 1972, Mr. Nate.
Yeah,
Well, now we
but
have that cleared up.
the movie grossed like $100 million worldwide,
Well, yeah.
which is
I mean,
like
you
the
got
equivalent of like 600 million today.
Yeah.
600 million pounds. So it's got House by the Cemetery money, Nate.
Yeah, it's got that kind of money.
Very nice. Very nice.
Oh,
Man.
Now, do we talk about the final two fights?
Let's talk about the
Yeah,
final
talk
two
about the final
fights.
fight.
Yeah.
The Russian fight where he
I
kicks
love
that
the
man
Russian
so
fight.
hard it cuts his forehead.
Yeah, what was that?
That was just a really powerful kick.
That'll teach him. That'll
Like it
teach him.
split it open like he was cut, and Bruce is wearing not shoes because he took his shoes off, but he wasn't barefoot, was he either? Was he?
Well, he was wearing like the little, I think, like traditional Chinese like slipper. I don't know.
might have been
the
that's what it was.
name of it exactly, but yeah. Mhm.
And it's like you knocked Bruce Lee down, but he only gained tenfold of power once you knocked him down into the grass.
Yeah, Bruce would get knocked down, but he'd get up again.
He'd get
You're
back
never
up
gonna
again.
knock him down. Yeah.
But when you put him in an arm bar, you best believe he's biting that ankle.
I love that.
Why would
Because there was like a look when he got into the arm bar, he was like, "Oh, I've never been put in this before."
I
Like,
miscalculated
oh, no.
greatly.
What
By the
happens
way,
now?
Just to let you know, the Russian that was played by Robert Baker was Bruce Lee's personal bodyguard at one.
Oh, did not know that.
Why did Bruce Lee need a personal bodyguard?
Because if he'd have beat someone's ass, he would have went to jail. If Bob would have done it, it was like, well.
Well,
remi-
that's what
there-
Bob
there's
gets
a-
paid to do.
There was a picture running around the internet of Jason Momoa's bodyguards, and they're smaller than him. So the
Yeah.
joke was, it looks like the two mini bosses you had to fight before you got to the final boss of Jason
Exactly,
Momoa.
man. That's exactly what it was.
But Nate's talking about where he bites him on the ankle. It also pans over to the Russian where he's like, "Is he allowed to do that?" Kind of look
Yeah,
on his
like, there's
face.
definitely I've never been bit on the ankle before
You're
kind of
like,
face.
Well, I mean, there's no referee, so I
This is against the rules.
Is this a point?
Someone go get me a nail so I can shove it through him or something.
Right about now, though, if he would have lived and survived this fight, Netflix would have rebooted his story where he would be talking about that Bruce Lee won that fight by doing a dirty
illegal move
ankle bite. Yeah.
Oh, so we would
That's
get
right.
the Cobra Kai connection. Is
Yeah.
what we would
It
be
was called the
getting.
Fury of the Fist or something.
Fury of the
yeah.
Russian
Yeah.
Fury.
Russian Fury. There you go.
And it's
Fury-
just him
the
talking
Fury of
about
the
how
sickle.
Bruce Lee cheated the whole
It'd be
time.
Russian Fury and start Dolph Lundgren as a Russian and James Belushi and
They made that movie, but it was Arnold.
whatever. Same thing.
Red Heat.
Possibly.
It's an action show.
Hey, speaking of Arnold, did you see the Super Bowl commercial where he was Zeus?
I didn't watch it.
I didn't
You
see
didn't-
that one.
You
I didn't realize that's what the
All right,
the
both
poster
of
was for
you
then.
suck.
No, because when
So
everyone
hard.
started sharing that little movie poster, I went, they're doing the Bruce Willis Die Hard battery thing. I called it immediately because everyone's like, is there a new movie coming out? And I'm like, no,
No.
Super Bowl's coming up.
Yeah.
I will say the only commercial I watched from the Super Bowl was the Realtor one
that was
with Barbie's Dream House.
That was good.
That was quite possibly the greatest Super Bowl commercial
Nate,
ever.
did you see the one with Larry David?
I did not.
Oh, he goes through like history, like he's like a new shirt with a wheel. He's like, I call it the wheel, and Larry David's there in all like costume and stuff, like in the Egyptian time. And he goes, nah, ain't gonna work. And basically, it's like him just crapping on all these things. He's like, I know these things, trust me. It's hilarious. It's really good.
Who's Larry David?
All right. So
Half
Fist
the
of
creator
Fury.
of Seinfeld.
Fist of Fury. Bruce Lee kicked people real good. Nice.
Larry David's in that.
He might have been. I don't think so.
I don't know. But
Neither do I.
then we get
Now
a
final boss.
powerful final boss against Mustache.
Mustache Suzuki.
What's
Man.
Real, you know what? You guys calling these people mustache and mullet guy and glasses guy. It's almost like I'm watching an episode of MXT, Most Extreme Challenge.
Kind of.
Yeah, I really kind of. This is the most
I
extreme
don't know
challenge
names.
episode.
I go
We
off
could
features.
redub it as MXT, and I think that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
You mean like Guy Ledouche?
Yeah.
Nate gets to be Guy Ledouche.
Nate's Guy Ledouche. I
Perfect.
can't remember their names
You're
from the
Captain.
show. But
You're Captain Tennille. He's Guy Ledouche.
I will be Captain Tennille.
I don't remember the other two.
totally
I don't
fine.
remember the main two guys though. I
You
remember
can be
Guy
the
and
you can be the announcer, the guy on the field announcing the stuff. I can't remember his name.
That's Guy Ledouche.
Was
with
that
the-
Ledouche that was on the field?
Yeah,
Who-
Yeah,
that
it looked
was,
like the African hat, the
And
pith
then
helmet. Yeah.
oh, that's right. And then you had the guy in the yellow like attire, not yellow, blue and red were the two guys that were like the announcers.
Yeah, they sit there in like the traditional like samurai type of thing.
Yeah, those
looking stuff.
things.
Yeah.
I haven't watched
I
those
don't
in
know.
years.
I don't know what the other name was.
They were great.
They're on Tubi. I turn them on and fall asleep to them now.
Tubi is the greatest thing ever right
It's
now.
You know what?
wonderful
Look,
app.
folks, if you guys are listening to my docile tones, I'm going to tell you right
ain't
now.
docile, maybe docile, but not docile.
I don't know what docile even means. So
What you want, what you're saying to mean is what docile means.
no, it's docile.
Docile means calm.
Yeah, I'm calm. So you guys out there,
Son of a
please,
bitch.
for the love of all that is holy, do not. I slept on Tubi. I'm an idiot. I'm a fool. I'm a jackass.
I tried telling you.
Again, Charlie, isolate that audio for our bits.
Thank you.
Tubi is magnificent.
It is.
I'm
And then,
done.
like, everyone that's listening is
Go
like, yeah, we already know.
I know.
Yeah, probably
Why is-
90.
Yeah, like,
Why
come
are
on,
your
you
lights
idiot.
flickering?
My lights are flickering. Woo! The calls, we
video.
traced them down. They're coming from in your house. Get out of your house.
Dan's like, I know, it's a podcast. I'm on it
Yeah.
right now.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Unless Bruce comes through that front door and starts going, whoa! I'm not too
Might be
worried.
mustache guy.
I'll whip his ass.
Yeah,
Suzuki.
until, you kick him in the throat and
Yeah, I
he
ain't worried about
flies
that.
50
I'll-
feet
I'll
through
double nut
door.
punch that guy. I ain't gonna kick no one through the door because I gotta fix it.
It was a
Oh, you're
paper
true.
door, so it's easy to fix.
Yeah, the paper door. Very easy.
I'm double.
But
nut
man, did
punching
he
him.
go flying.
He flew
I
a
think that's-
long way.
That was actually Jackie Chan. Taking
That was
me.
the Jackie Chan
Yeah.
scene.
Was it
So,
really? I didn't
yeah.
know that.
He was the stunt double for the main boss. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the one Jackie likes to talk about, that Bruce accidentally kicked him like almost full force, but kind of caught it before it really did damage. But he played it out like he really got hurt, and Bruce was like, "Oh my God, are you okay? Like, are you seriously fine?" And Jackie Chan's like, I didn't feel it, but I played it up because Bruce Lee was talking to me. So he kept feeding it. Daniel, is there a ghost in the room?
Yeah, now you're looking up. You're scaring me.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. Everything's cool.
You taking
You
your
sure?
headphones off. Like,
Yeah, no, I'm good, man.
your
I'm good.
face, you look real white now.
I've always been white, Nate.
More white.
Oh. Come on, guys. We're trying to keep this,
Actually,
Above-
Charlie looks a little red in his face. Nate's pretty pale. It may just be your lighting. Oh, you're drinking
Oh, it's the, yeah.
booze. It's the booze.
alcohol does that.
Oh, that's what I've been drinking. I mean, I know they're hard seltzers, so there's not much alcohol. But if you drink, like I said, 6 or 7, you're fine.
You're drinking seltzer. Stop it.
It's 5.0. It's like a Budweiser. Again,
Drink some
1,
tap.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's like 45% if you add them all together.
Is that how that works?
Is that how the math works?
Is that,
Check with Pete. Pete,
I-
can we get some
I-
clarification
Alright.
on that,
I
please?
think it's still just 5% of however many ounces.
I
you
might be
drank.
hanging out with Pete tomorrow, so I'll,
Yeah, but
I'll
at this
find
point,
out.
that's 45% of my blood system is now seltzer booze.
He's now seltzer. I believe the seltzer.
Okay, so the reason I got a 12 of these was to experiment to see if they were worth a damn, and they're not bad. But what I've
So they are
realized
worth a
is-
damn.
Yeah, they're worth a damn. Bud Light. This episode brought to you by Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda. Worth a damn. These are really good, actually, because I'm going to use the hard soda, the cherry cola one specifically, to make rum and cokes.
Okay, I see
So I'm
what you're
gonna
Then
saying.
it's not a Roma Coke.
a rum and Coke. No, I'm going to substitute the Coke with the hard
It's gonna
seltzer
be
cola.
a
Then
rum
it's
and
not a rum
cola
and Coke.
salsa.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be booze on booze. Why replace the non-booze element? I mean, take the non-booze element and put a booze element back into it.
We're not putting ice in this bad boy.
Yeah, what do you? What about? Well, like in The Quiet Man, when I drink whiskey, I drink whiskey. When I drink water, I drink water.
I gave you that, but
Hey,
I hate
is the
seltzer
quiet
water.
is the Quiet Man a? It doesn't taste like seltzer water. It tastes like flat soda. It's not bad.
That sounds
Seltzer
worse.
water.
Yeah. Okay, it kind of sucks. Hey, so would The Quiet Man qualify as an action movie because of all the fight scene and the horse racing scene?
I'd have to rewatch that, but I don't think
I don't
so.
even know what the hell you're talking about right now.
He's still a baby, Dan. It's okay. Well, Dan totally threw his microphone
Yeah,
off.
Dan
to the
quit the
side,
show.
staring at us.
It was
He's
only
still
a
got his
matter of
cans
time.
on, so he can hear us. All right, so we've done the big boss fight. Dan's throwing everybody the finger, and we don't care.
Not everyone, just Nate.
Yeah,
That's
but
fair.
it's the same camera, so I see it.
Yeah, but you've seen the finger before.
I
You
know
the
I
difference.
have.
That's
I
not-
know the diff. Oh, so 2 means it's both of us.
Right.
My bad. I don't understand subtleties. Guys, let's do this.
Yep. Body count. Body count. Body count. Body count. Body count.
All right, boys. Body count on this one has an asterisk. I haven't had an asterisk in a while.
Oh, really?
So, body count for this movie is 34. And here's the asterisk. And honestly, I got to say, as a kid, I never put 2 and 2 together that at the end of this movie, Bruce Lee's character dies.
Yes.
Never realized that as a kid. I always thought it was because they do it's the freeze frame. He's jumped up in the air screaming. Then they play the sound effects of the guns going off and the cops yelling. I guess as a kid, I was too busy going, ah! And never paid
Not
attention.
realizing.
Probably, yeah.
And so watching it last night, I'm like, did they kill Bruce Lee's character in this? And I'm like, yeah, they did. So I looked it up. And then I looked up a little bit more, getting the body count. No, they didn't, because they retconned it in the redo of
The
what was
re-release of it.
the movie you talked about, Nate.
Well, there's Fists of Legend, which is just a standalone remake, but then they also
There's a
made
sequel.
Too.
a
Fist of Fury 2.
sequel, yeah, that has Donnie Yen.
Who is playing the character? So
yeah,
he
where he's wearing
didn't
like a
die.
mask.
So technically, as before that movie came out, the body count's 35 because Chin dies at the end. But since that release of Fist of Fury 2, it's 34 because Chin survives. So that is our body count for the movie tonight, boys. Don't act excited. Don't all y'all jump up and down all
Yeah,
at
you
once.
know, honestly, it's higher than I expected.
They
like I do
kill
realize a lot of
most of
people
the
do
school.
just start dying, but
Yeah, but I mean, how can you really be sure it's not just an ass whooping and a death?
Well,
In
the
this movie.
final thing when the Japanese come through
Yeah,
the
when they're
Chinese
going
school,
through
they're
and-
dead. Like the cops show up and there's
They're not
corpses
moving.
laying everywhere.
Didn't they say there's only like 2 people survived and one was like real effed up?
Yeah,
something
those
like
2
that?
guys
Yeah.
they put in the chair are the only ones alive.
Right.
And I don't know why he was getting a massage. That was weird
Who
too.
doesn't
Apparently
want a
something we
massage? You know.
shouldn't have seen in the high def. But no, and then Bruce actually kills, I'm guessing, dude that took the chucks to the dome probably
he
died.
he didn't die right there,
But he
but
probably
I'm fairly
died.
certain he went and died later on.
And
the
then
dudes that took the chucks to the ankles probably died because they went to get up and like their ankles failed and they fell down the steps and snapped their necks.
Yeah.
Sure, but I can't count all of those. But the ones that are on screen and they were counted out, including the 2 guys that were hung from the lamppost, all that stuff, it's 34, not counting Chin at the end. So
I'm
that
still okay.
is-
So I reject the non-Chin dying scene and still claim that Chin died at the end of this because Fist of Fury 2 doesn't count and it's dog ass.
So Dan
Is that the one with Bruce Lee? The guy that
34.
looked like Bruce Lee, and they started
yeah.
putting him in all of those movies and advertising it that it was one of
Yeah,
his.
You mean the guy that looks like Charles Bronson that they're
He's
doing
doing
that
right
to
now?
right now, the
Yeah.
gardener and all that
That
stuff?
dude looks so much like
And
Charlie
they're calling
Bronson.
him
It's
like Charles
weird.
Broncini or something.
Yeah, that's
Charles
so weird.
Broncini.
And like
with
I
a little bit
watched
of
like clips
Alfredo.
to that dude's movies, and they look like hot garbage.
I won't say.
I don't even see entertainment value in them.
Dude, there's a lot of hard garbage on Tubi, by the way, if you do look. Deep,
Well, there
deep,
is.
Deep,
Oh,
deep,
yeah.
Deep into the sections.
Nate, did you even try to watch the one Pete recommended to us in the group chat that Sunday or
No.
Saturday? Oh
I
my
feel like
God.
I'll let Pete take the hit on that one.
I think you missed out on the first 8
Oh,
minutes.
you know what? I'm thinking of a totally different movie. My
No.
bad. I haven't checked out that other one.
You need to. and
We're being
we'll-
very mysterious right now.
We will
but
because I want to
yes,
bring it back up when Pete's back on the show. So
I
let's.
forgot about that one.
I watched Robot Jocks on
I
Tubi.
love Robot Jocks.
It
I
was
love that movie.
fantastic. The transfer's good. It's awesome.
I love that movie. All right, boys. I think this is only fitting.
And speaking of Robot Jocks, here's the crossover. The guy that's in it as the scientist plays Sato in Karate Kid 2.
Oh, that's right.
There's the karate tie-in.
He's
I'll be
Sato.
damned.
Well, hold on.
Now you can hit the button.
Let me hit the button here. Oh, wrong one.
That's it.
This is the one we had.
It fits though with this episode. So
Yeah, I figured that would make a lot of sense.
I thought it fit. That's why
yeah,
I did
that's
it.
that's good. Yeah. Mhm.
That's why I hit the button, guys.
I hit the button. Nate, go ahead and give it a 2. Piss off Charlie.
No, you give it a 2.
I am never giving anything with Bruce Lee in a 2.
Damn straight.
It's kind of how I have to feel on this one. This is an odd one to rate.
Charlie,
for
you
me.
start with this one.
You want me to
Yeah.
start? So I'll
Yeah.
start because I have to look at this movie totally different than I would any other like action movie that we pick and throw on here. It's a product of its time, 100%. This is just
Sure.
how those movies were done. Yes, the audio is atrocious. Yes, Bruce Lee yells at everything, and you find yourself laughing, even though you know that's what he's known for. The fighting is awesome and hilarious at the same time. Like Bruce Lee's fights were cool. I'm laughing at the other two schools fighting each other. I was laughing that whole segment. Story-wise, had I not known all of the underlying tones that I only realized last night, the story would have been just your basic revenge, go kill the guy that killed my teacher. Now I have more insight on it. So I'm giving this a 6.5. I feel like that's still very fair for a Bruce Lee movie because, like Dan, there are other Bruce Lee movies I rate higher than this one, strictly on those were the ones I remember the most. Enter the Dragon, and the name of it's totally lost me.
Game of Death.
Game of Death. I kept wanting to say Most Dangerous Game. I was like, that's not it.
That's definitely not it.
That's definitely not it.
He would have
but-
kicked that bear in the face. That's a different movie.
Mortal Kombat prequel. I don't know. It was that one. That's close enough. But no, I think I'm gonna put this at a 6.5. I think there are better Bruce Lee movies, but this is still one that I feel like everyone should watch. And there were a ton of when you see screen grabs online of Bruce Lee or a GIF, there's a lot of them that came from this movie. They're that are straight up like
Yeah, like
Last
when he's moving his
Dragon,
arms real fast and it's
that's-
slowed all down.
totally The Glow, which I was like, oh crap, this is the one from The Glow. All this stuff, the nunchuck scenes. I was like, okay, I love all of what they're doing here. I appreciate it. It's awesome. I still got to go about 6.5 on this one, guys.
Nate,
Oh man, for me, I'm gonna go a little bit higher. It's an 8.
That's
I
not a
don't
little bit
think-
higher. That's a pretty big jump.
I really love this movie, even
Yeah.
with the weird tones that I did not realize when I was younger, and like it sucks, but I also like realize it's a product of its time. And
Yes.
that's one of those things I've always kind of tried to go back to. I don't try to villainize anything if I realize what part of history it is, and then also realizing when the movie takes place as well. So, and just kind of like making it about that. And then just strictly focusing on the fights and everything that Bruce does, and just like the classic story of revenge. Like, I don't think there's any Bruce Lee movie I would rate below an 8, truthfully. Like, I love the man's work so much. So it's hard for me to, but I also get it. Like, I totally understand if Jackie's like, this movie needs to end, because there's just something about the way that these are filmed, these old films, where they do kind of drag at certain points, and you're like trying not to look at your cell phone and like trying not to doodle in my notes or something like that, you know?
I tell you, and you made me realize one thing that I think I meant to bring up. There is one part of this movie I actually have issue with. We got the final fight before we saw the school get murdered. So
Oh
he's
yeah, that
Bad
is
editing.
true. Yeah.
but I don't think it's bad editing. I think that's literally how they wrote the story, because then all the cops show up and Bruce comes through the window after killing
Yeah.
the other guy. But I'm like, but I think this is what I was thinking of today, was I am a product of the 80s and 90s. There are in action movies, there is an A, B, C, D to the point of the end of the movie for the final fight. That really didn't exist when these movies were being done. So Bruce was going for his ultimate revenge against the people that killed his teacher, while being blinded to the fact that there was something else more important happening
Sure.
that he wasn't there for. And then he has to pay the price by jumping out. And as Dan says, we're going to go with the fact that he gets killed by the cops, as long as the school doesn't get touched.
Yeah.
He
Well,
Yeah,
makes
like he
that
makes the
deal.
ultimate sacrifice.
right. Well, he decides that the vengeance for the teacher was more important than protecting the school, which
Yes.
in ultimately was, in my opinion, a disrespect to the teacher, because the teacher
Oh, it
would have
was.
he
Oh,
would have
for sure.
much rather the school continue on, go on, stay strong, and that legacy, as opposed to a revenge plot. Now,
Yeah.
obviously, Bruce's character Chin, he had to eliminate the Japanese school because they were a threat to his master's school. But
Yes.
that, I don't believe that's what he was intending. I think he wanted to kill the person responsible for his master's death
Right.
at any cost, regardless of the consequences. Then he finally realized,
There was a consequence.
oh hell, I've caused this damage to my school.
Yeah.
And the legacy of the teacher. I have to eat this.
Yeah.
And that's
But
what he does.
so really, that was the only thing to me that, I guess, because of the movies I normally watch, felt odd to me, that it was like, that was weird to have that final scene after the death of the people that ordered it. You know, you would have thought that the other guy he killed with the sword flying through the air
Yeah.
would have been leading the group of students in there, but he wasn't. It was a little disjointed as far as me for
You're
storytelling.
used to RoboCop killing Clarence and then walking off into the sunset.
Well, no, I'm used to RoboCop killing Clarence and then having the showdown with the big boss, Dick Jones, at the end, and shooting him and then flying out
Yeah.
the window. There's an order I'm used to,
Dick
and
Jones
this
sucked.
movie didn't have that order in place.
Right.
And it's probably all based on the type of storytelling. I can't say that they did it wrong. I found it disjointing, and that may be one of the reasons why I've rated it a little bit lower,
That makes
because
sense.
that was a thought that I just
No,
didn't
that's
bring
totally
up till
fair.
now. Yeah.
So what you're saying, it was shot weird.
Ultimately, it was shot weird, and
What a
From Paris
powerful
with
opinion to
Love
have.
ranks higher than Fist of Fury.
Nate, I just give you an opening to
Bullshit,
do a bunch
bullshit,
of
bullshit.
gifs and memes of you kicking Charlie in the face with Bruce Lee. Good job.
I know. I can't wait for a nunchuck to get to his ankle.
That's right. Nunchuck.
Hello, flea market trip.
All right. So Nate, you want to go to the Dirt Mall on the west side?
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Okay.
We'll
Well, I won't
go-
go this weekend. We have to go next
I know where
weekend.
the Dirt Mall is. Yeah.
We'll go next weekend.
Oh
I'll
man,
get
you had like
nunchucks,
explosive
a
diarrhea
luchador
at the
mask.
Dirt Mall once.
I did, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
What do you get,
bad
Nate?
place for that. I'm gonna get a luchador mask and some nunchucks.
That's fine, but you got to pop a zit inside the luchador mask. That's another story for another day. All right. I am looking at this movie as, again, like Nate said, this is Nate's favorite of the big Bruce Lee 5. It's not my particular favorite of the Bruce Lee 5 because of nostalgia colored glasses. My favorite is Enter the Dragon because again, that's the first to me. That's the quintessential cookie cutter boom Bruce Lee thing. However, this movie does set up a lot of what's to come. They took scenes from this directly to help finish Game of Death.
Yes.
Of course, the nunchucks, classic Bruce, comes out of this, starts from this, rather.
Yep.
You've got the slow motion, kata type of hand thing going directly out of this. And you've got a predecessor to a ton of other martial arts movie, not ripoffs, but love letters, homages. Yeah, absolutely. So, watching this movie, and especially watching it with the dub, is a little off. It's almost I'd rather almost watch it in like Mandarin or Cantonese or whatever and just have the subtitles.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still rating this movie an 8. It's not my favorite Bruce Lee movie. Again, like Nate said, I don't know if I can rate a Bruce Lee movie under 8, except maybe Game of Death because he's not in it all the way.
And
but the
that
movie
one
still
would have
super
an
entertaining.
asterisk for me.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be
Super,
like, oh,
still
this
super
one's a
entertaining
6,
movie.
only because it's unfinished. you
Yeah,
know?
the Game of Death.
Yeah, but you can't fault Bruce Lee for that though.
No,
exactly.
no,
That's why
and
it
you
had
don't.
the
That's why-
asterisk that makes it an 8.
Absolutely. If Bruce would have went through the whole thing, it'd probably been like a 10. But like, I mean, when Bruce's character comes up about on Kareem and he stands up and just kicks him. I mean, there's scenes in this movie it's unreal. But anyway, Fist of Fury, I'm giving it an 8. I love it. It's Bruce. I have a weird affinity for Bruce, I guess some people could say. And you may not have expected it, but that's how I feel about Bruce Lee. 8.
I mean, I want to say I'm surprised, but I'm not, and I'm also realizing that it is a product of it's a lot of dad. Like we did watch some martial arts movies, but we went for the run and gun movies. That's what
yeah, like a lot
I
of
was
these
more
movies,
brought up on.
A lot of these movies you rank real high because of the nostalgia value of them to you, and I don't have that all the time.
Right.
Like this one, I have that huge nostalgia backpack attached to this movie that I have to bring with it.
Right, and I get that, and that's
Yeah.
why I also get like Nate. Nate has a strong attachment
Sure.
to it, and this is probably one of the few we've done where I am literally looking at it critically to be able to even bring about
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
certain scenes were shot that felt odd to me.
So it was shot weird. Okay, yeah.
It was again.
It was
gonna
shot
keep-
weird.
It was shot
Right,
weird.
right.
And no, I think the movie was shot well. Again, they put the money into the sets. I thought it was filmed on location on a lot of things.
Well, it was shot on location in Hong Kong, but
Well, I also found out something. I was watching some interviews of Bruce Lee before we filmed. I was just trying to see if there was anything I wanted to add to the show. That they bring up the fact that back then, filming happened from like 12 a.m. to 5 to 6 a.m.
Right.
Because that's when it's quiet.
Right.
Once everyone's awake in like Hong Kong and place like that, it's impossible to film because of the noise. It's just an incessant roar and noise and cars and sounds that a lot of movies, even if it would have been on a soundstage, still started filming at 12 a.m. to like 5, 6 a.m.
That was
And-
classic for them. Yeah. That
yeah,
was
Bruce was talking about, and
yeah.
I was like, that made so
Standard.
much sense that maybe they couldn't go to certain places during the day
Sure.
because you're like, how are they getting in there? And that makes a lot more sense watching this now. And I may go back through and rewatch all of these and go, I was overly critical about this movie, but at least it's an honest review of it.
And that's all that matters at the end of the day with this
Yeah.
show, especially, is that as long as you are honestly reviewing a movie based on your particular criteria.
And we're
your
not a
eyes.
movie review show.
No,
but
no,
it's
no.
just-
But I mean, this portion of it.
I'm giving my honest opinion about
Yeah,
it.
absolutely. That's probably the better word.
Yeah.
As long as you do that, I don't care if you give it a 2, if you give it a 10, you give it an 8.
We care if it's a 2 because
well,
we'll get sued.
Yeah.
I don't know if any other movie's going to get a 2. It's possible. But
try me.
Yeah,
That's a challenge, Nate.
Charlie, you pick one. You know what? There's one number beyond 2. So this, yeah, like you said, as long as you come towards it with honesty, you know, honesty in your heart when you watch the movie and you have your opinion.
And
that's
I love
fine.
Bruce
I
Lee.
don't care.
I mean,
yeah,
I have already said,
oh no,
he's a
I do
huge
not
influence.
think that you're
You know,
hating him or
I'll
anything.
rate Dragon the Bruce Lee movie an 8 right now. I can tell you that's how much I
But
love
that's not
that
Bruce.
flipping movie. It's not, but that's how much I love the movie about Bruce.
Yeah.
That movie wouldn't exist without Bruce.
Well,
You
of
know,
course,
I mean,
yeah.
that's
absolutely.
I mean, that's
But,
literally
I
the
mean-
reason I know about the man. Like,
yeah, but yeah, it's and then watching Jackie watch this and someone that this may have been possibly
That
her
might have been
first-
her first introduction to Bruce
it-
Lee.
I never
Yeah.
asked her if that
Yeah.
was it. I'm like, and of course she knows who Bruce Lee is.
Sure,
She
of
is
course.
aware of Bruce
She's a
Lee,
human being.
and then she's watching this going, wow, everything you hear about the wah ha or the bad dubs that doesn't just come from Godzilla movies, it's all real. The stories were true. It's right there. And watching, yeah, exactly. It's the Han Solo moment. It's all real. Everything. All of it.
Wait till she watches Guardians.
I think
So
I'm looking forward to watching that.
let's go. Let's get towards the end here. Why
We
don't
are at
you
the
hit-
end.
Why don't we? Well,
We
Nate's
have an-
yawning.
We have some announcements.
Yeah, Nate's yawning, so I know he's tired.
Announcement
I've
number
gone
1.
through 6 of these seltzers, so I got to use the restroom.
Announcement
But
number 2.
let's do announcements. Nate, do you
Yes.
have any announcements to make?
Literally nothing.
Thanks, Nate. Charlie, what are your announcements, sir?
So yeah, we have a few big announcements to make for the Give Me Back My Podcast Network. We have the finally aired, finally teased for months on end, it feels like. The Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling is live and on. It is happening. Don't know how many episodes will be out by the time you hear this, but one is definitely out for sure.
I
Dan?
believe one will be out. The second will be in the can and being processed for drop at that point. And the second one might be out, actually. I'm recording it next week. So,
yeah, we're about 2 weeks out. So,
so myself and Jimmy Street, we do the Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling every other week, where we talk about old school pro wrestling, 80s, 90s primarily, but how not only just that old school stuff, but how it relates to the current products out now. We're going to have some guests. We're going to have some segments. We have some ideas that we've talked about. I hope that everyone enjoys it. It's going to get fun, more fun, even as we go with some more stuff.
It'll evolve.
It'll evolve. We've alleviated some of the sound issues you may have heard, but we're going to be good to go. And yes, we had teased it for a while. It's finally out. Charlie, kiss my ass. It took a while.
Don't care. If you're
Get
going
off
to
my
call me
back.
out on things, I'm going to call you out on
Damn
things.
time.
Get
Yes,
off my back,
Nate.
y'all. My computer sucks and it crashed a few times. and I
Yeah,
need a
my computer.
If you guys want to,
Definitely.
send me
on
money
end.
for a new computer, that'd be great. But yes, Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling. Pretty happy with it. I believe at the time of this release, we on our first episode, we've had a pretty good initial kickstart. So pretty happy.
Yeah, we've started it on a couple of other channels. Again, if you're listening to this, you probably saw it pop up on your podcatchers. We played the very first episode. This show is on its own feed, so to hear the second and the following, go to theirs. You can go to our groups links. We'll have everything ready to go.
Right.
Other 2 announcements. We are adding 2 other shows to our network. We have I Know You Hear Me podcast with Flynn Hendricks, which is an excellent interview podcast. I recommend everyone go check them out. Give them a follow. Well, yes, Dan.
I also hope that Flynn opens an arcade eventually.
Dan loves that joke, so we can get the Tron joke in there.
I just love Tron, man.
Flynn is a voice actor. He is also a independent professional wrestler. I guess that's the correct term to use, right, Dan?
Correct.
Okay. Indie wrestler, something like that, I guess would be another way you could say it. And he has a second show he has started with a very good friend of his, Jeff, called Tales from the Haunt. They are actually actors in haunted houses and have been for quite a while. And they're going to be telling stories about their time being actors in haunted houses, some of the behind the scenes stuff, some funny things that have happened. So we got those guys coming in. We're super excited to have them. They are old friends of Jimmy's from his Nashville days. So it was really good to offer them to join us in what we're doing here, and they jumped in, and it's been awesome. So also, you will have seen we've updated several logos. We
Yes.
have new artwork. Our buddy Sludge is a machine. I don't know where he has time between making 90% of the music for our shows. He's now our graphic designer. Everything is almost done in-house. It's crazy.
Plus, I've been in communication with him as we record this episode for another project that he's working on.
We have another project.
The man doesn't sleep.
No,
He
and
can't.
between my input on that project, he says I'll get back to it because I'm also in another project. So,
So we have
he's
that.
doing multiple things at once.
And a lot of people, if you listen to both shows, you heard our new floating co-host and his premiere last week. We have Pete from Good Beer Bad Movie is now right now we're shooting for every other horror show to have Pete on, and the alternating show that he's not on, we'll have a special guest. Not ready to announce that one yet once we get scheduling figured out. But we will have quite the stable of talent, I have to say.
You know, we have a hell of a lot of cool things coming down the pike. Some of
We've
it we're not
promised
ready.
it long enough.
Yeah, I mean, you know what though, Charlie? I mean, Nate, you just sit over there and rub your eyes.
I'm just here.
You know
Nate's
what?
trying not to fall asleep.
We talked about this for 3-4 months. Then we made the podcast started. The network has flourished. To see where we're at today compared to then, we're just over a year old.
Oh yeah.
And to see where we're at now, and to see the things that we already have confirmed for the future.
Yeah, some of these are way past concept.
Oh yeah, like there's stuff that's done and locked in, and everything else coming up. It's really, really cool, and it's all because of you guys. It's because if we didn't have listeners, we wouldn't. Why bother? You know, if we didn't have the feedback, why bother? If we didn't, have these, and that's the thing that's great too. Beyond Nate, who was a friend for a long time, beyond Jimmy, who is your relative, everyone else that has now grown into our family of the network here, we're all listeners at one time.
Yeah.
They're all people that listened to the Action Podcast. Sludge and the guys came on. Pete came on.
Yep.
The guys for the new shows, I Know You Can Hear Me and stuff, they came on. Jimmy latched it. So I know we said it a long time ago, and I've said it multiple times. This podcast and the entire network is for you. I mean, obviously we love doing it. We come up with some decisions. We make some stuff. We this, that, and the other. But like, without you, it doesn't happen. And for those of you that want to help, want to be involved, love it, please share out all of the shows, share out the network, share out the links, the social media. Grow this to the point where it's a huge beast that we can't contain any longer, because the more it grows, the bigger it grows, the more we're able to do with it. And it's amazing that we went for just over a year, and this is what we went from, hey, Charlie, you want to do a podcast? Yeah, I guess. What do you want to do it on? I don't know, action movies? Sure. To now having what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 podcasts.
Seven's the count right now.
Plus one more in the works. And
One in the works, one adjacent.
And then a whole other atmosphere idea.
Yes.
And then all the other side stuff that's not podcast related. It's pretty amazing, and it's because of you guys. Thank you so much. The way to help, share it, join us, subscribe on wherever you have your podcatchers. Podbean, you can rate now. Apple, you can rate, comment. Get on the Facebook groups. Every show has a Facebook group, and the network has one. Get on our Instagrams. All the shows have Instagrams. You can email us here at this show, which is basically the email we use for the network now.
Too.
Yeah. gmbmampod@gmail.com. Get on there. Send us feedback. Talk to us. You want to, someone wants to be a guest on the show. You want to be a guest on the show. Let us know. Reach out to us. We love talking to you guys. We always want to thank Mountain Empire Comics, Johnson City and Bristol, Tennessee, Diane, Rob, out those guys. Check out Facebook. We've got some big things set up with them adjacent with us and stuff coming up, down the pipe. And there's a lot of other podcasts out there that have been instrumental to us by just throwing out some, hey, good job, guys, or hey, we like this, or hey, can we share this, or hey, can we do this with you guys?
Yep.
We love it. We really appreciate all this. All right, that's my gushiness. That's me.
That was extra squishy Dan, Nate.
Dan's
That was-
drunk.
No.
Yeah, Dan's drunk. That's six
Dan's drunk.
seltzer
That's
Dan.
really what it
Not
was.
yet. Not yet. It's six seltzer Dan yet. Not yet, but I do have to pee.
Dan's like, I give it six
I
seltzers.
love you
Six
guys.
seltzers.
You're
But
the
no,
best.
I know. Maybe I,
don't
should
know
be
what
on the
I'd
Good
do
Beer Bad
without
Movie
you.
Night pod. But no, seriously. I mean, it's like, you two especially know a little bit more of me and my story.
Yeah,
I appreciate the fact that I'm able to do this.
absolutely.
Oh,
Thanks, guys.
same. Love it.
Nate, be quiet.
I'm back.
Charlie, you got anything to add to any of that?
I think you've hit every high point. Just everybody get on the social medias to stay completely up to date.
And we will have merch.
Yes, as I've
We will
said,
have
merch is coming. Current climate with everything going on takes a little bit longer, but bear with me. I'm trying to find the best for the people that buy it and the best for us.
Correct.
So it's a two-way street.
And the other podcast that's podcast adjacent, that's not part of the network, is the Live and in Color with Wolfie D podcast that Jimmy also hosts. Pop over there. Just get over there.
We play their commercial.
Just get over there.
They get commercial spots. We'll talk more about that later.
Nate, you got anything besides? Nope, you're good.
Well,
Charlie,
I almost had a thought. Give me a sec.
Shit. Here we go.
Oh nope, it fleed. It's gone.
It fleed.
It fleed.
It fleed.
It fleed.
Dan, get us out of here.
For Nate, for Charlie, for myself. Thanks for listening. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Next week, check out The Boys and the Horror Network. The next week, check out The Boys and the Horror Pod. Until then, bye. Waka! Charlie, you got anything?
Nate, how could you do something so dumb, then totally redeem yourself?
I knew you'd say that.
Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the prettiest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Sure enough.
Well, who am I?
Sure enough.
Who am I?
Sure enough.
I can't hear you.
Sure enough.
Shogun of Harlem.
Yeah.
Kiss these Converse.